All right, we are here, ladies and gentlemen. Have you guys made it in here? Whoever's in the chat, I can start wrenching you up. Let me wrench up this channel because this is going to be full of smoke. This is explicit over here, by the way. It's free smoke all the way. You understand? So let me give people their wrenches. So bear with me. Whoever doesn't have a wrench needs a wrench. Stephen definitely got to have a wrench over here. Yeah. We got to wrench up some people here. Fight Sports Talk is found a new channel, bruv. There you go, mate. Yeah, Fight Sports, we're going to hear your view now. It's going to all be happening. We're going to hear what you got to say, bruv. And I know a lot of back and forth. Yo, round one in the house. Big up to round one. Round one found it. Yes, bruv. Yes, man. Who else knows about this channel, bruv? Let's go. Yes, mate. Hector's in the house, bruv. This is going to be the channel that's taking over. Bacon and Eggs has already got a fucking wrench the cunt. Yeah? Izam's in the house. Tay's in the house. Let's go, Tay. Let's put Tay in there, bro. Tay's in there, bruv. Let's go, Tay, my brother. Izam. Yes, Izam. Fight Sports. You got wrenched up as well, bro. Fight Sports is wrenched up. Eric Gomez got a wrench from day one. Look at that. Eric Gomez knows the fucking next channel. Vic Star. Yes, bruv. Rat Montana Boxing, mate. Let's go. Let's go. Hey, listen. Carl, there's 30 people still sitting in the other channel, yeah? Doing nothing. They just refuse to come, Carl. Can you believe that, Eric? Yeah. Can you guys believe that, yeah? That the 30 people are still sitting there watching a black screen. They don't want to come. They're just upset. They don't like to be moved around. Isn't that crazy, though? There was over 35, 30, 40 people. They still didn't want to fucking come, mate. Look, Mirage is one of them, the cunts. Ain't that crazy, bro? Bruv, ain't that fucking stupid? Mate, anyway, I know the people be waiting. So here's the link, mate. Here's the link. All right, mate. Terence Crawford, retired. Canelo Alvarez wants the rematch, though. Canelo Alvarez wants the rematch. And Terence Crawford retired. Yeah? Terence Crawford retired, bro. Terence Crawford said, "No, man, we made it, bro. We did it." You get me? What time does Tim Zoo fight? Let's send the wrench. Let's send the link. I want to hear from the people. We might be live on the Tim Zoo Nanito Donaire fight. Ryan Jackson in the house. Ryan Jackson in the house, bro. Big up to Ryan Jackson. Yes, bruv. Still 30 people stuck in the other channel. Subscribe to this channel, though, everyone. I hope you guys are all welcome. All love over here. Please come to this channel. Fight. I'm going to let you go first because I know many people are coming in. Nobody over talk. Go on Fight Sports because it's going to get crazy maybe in a bit.
Yeah, what's up, man? It's always good to be on.
Yeah, thanks for coming. There's a new channel here, bro. This is the new one.
Yeah. Was this? Are you just looking to branch out more rap?
Yeah, we're going
Or
to
is
get this
this?
one going now, bro, so that actually we can be officially maybe, supported or monetized by YouTube now, so we're going to get this one growing.
Cool, awesome.
So
Yeah,
talk to
as
me,
far
Fight
as
Sports.
as far as Crawford retiring, this to me was so predictable because when I've said this before. I did a video on this before the Canelo fight. When he beat Spence, he was not only the pound for pound best guy, but he was the superstar of the sport, and that's so difficult to be in this day and age of streaming. So he could have been the money man and fought regularly and made lots of good money against guys like Boots and Ortiz, and he chose not to do any of that. He put everything into the Canelo fight. He had the Madrimov fight, but Madrimov was a high risk, low reward fight, and it was pretty forgettable. So when he beat Canelo and beat him soundly, I was expecting him to retire if he didn't get the rematch. And when Janabek popped positive, it only looked more inevitable that he would retire. And I don't think Canelo ever wanted the rematch to begin with, because I don't think Canelo believes he could win. Similar to when Bivol schooled him, and he said he wanted the rematch, but he never truly acted like it. So yeah, hats off to Bud.
But what
I
do you
so
think about the
wish
report that went on Exacta, the Mexican channel, where Canelo said, "I've changed my mind, or I want my rematch now"? And he
I
went on
think
a Mexican channel. We broke it down, and on there he says, "I want the rematch. Let's do it again." And now Crawford is retiring. Those fans are mad. They're like, "We want the rematch. Why is he running away?" So what you got to say to the people that say he owes the rematch? He needs to be honourable and he needs to at least give back what Canelo wanted.
he doesn't owe Canelo anything, okay? Now, if he was to keep on fighting, of course he would have to give him the rematch. But he's retiring, so there's nothing dishonorable about that, and it's not like Crawford's dragging this out over a long period of time to make Canelo think he's going to take the rematch, similar to what Ray Leonard did with Marvin Hagler, or what Floyd did after he beat De La Hoya. He's just saying outright very quickly, a few months later, I'm done. So there's nothing dishonorable about that. And I so wish Alexander Usyk would do the same thing. I cannot emphasize this enough. I so wish Usyk would retire like Butters, going out on top. There's literally nothing more perfect than that. And I don't think Crawford has the best resume of this era, but he's got one of the best. And yeah, he deserves to be up there with the best fighters ever, and hats off to him.
Now, I will say this though: people are mad in different ways. They think he could have stayed. He was do more. Why did he just take the money and go? But I did explain that Canelo didn't even look like. I mean, who wants Canelo rematch? I mean, do you want the
Exactly.
Canelo rematch?
I certainly don't. I already know who the better fighter is. And I said this immediately after the fight. What is Canelo going to do differently? Nothing. He can't change at this time of his career. He's not going to get any faster. He's not going to be punching harder. His best chance would be to hurt Bud Crawford, but that's not going to happen because Crawford showed in the first fight he can take his power. So I had no desire whatsoever to see the rematch. And yeah, in terms of would I have liked Crawford to take on different fights? Yeah, I was a little disappointed Crawford didn't do anything with his star power from the Spence fight. And for that reason, I think Usyk's resume is a lot better. I think Inoue's resume is comparable. I think I'd probably say Inoue's a bit further ahead than Crawford, but it's close. But in terms of Crawford going out on top and stuff, there's nothing wrong with that. And his resume, even though I think Usyk's is better, it's still a fantastic legacy. So, yeah, I've got no issue with what Crawford's doing.
Now, I
Hey,
understand
what's
that.
up? What's up?
Yeah, what's happening, Mirage? How you doing, mate?
I just want to say, if anybody finds me a Tim Zoo stream, I'll be a friend. All right?
Yeah, pay $50. I'll find it for you. Now,
Fuck
listen to
that
this.
shit, man.
Right. Now, listen to this, right? Terence Crawford retiring, Mirage. Canelo fans are mad because Canelo wants the rematch. What you got to say about that?
I don't know if Canelo wants to rematch, really. Who said that?
That's what
Maybe
they say. That they
maybe
said that Canelo was
maybe
trying to.
Canelo ducked the rematch. Maybe that's why he's retiring. I don't believe anything until I get some serious proof, man. I don't know what's happening.
But did
Why
you
would he?
would you
Why
would
would?
you have wanted the rematch with Canelo and Bud? Would you
No,
have
I don't
wanted it?
care about the rematch. Why would he retire and not have a rematch and earn a lot of money? That's suspicious to me. If there's a lot of money on the table,
Well, my question is this
yeah,
though: who wants the
maybe
rematch then in the chat? Let me know who wants that rematch with Bud versus Canelo because
he
these
might
two
come back next
gentlemen,
year. He might come back.
they don't like it.
No,
They don't care about no rematch.
no, I don't think so. I think Crawford's pretty
So who
set on
wants it?
retiring.
Okay,
Hey,
Radio
hey,
don't want
hey,
it.
hey,
Eric
Fight Sport. Are you
Gomez
gonna
wants
watch
the rematch.
Fight Sport? Are you gonna watch Tim's
Yeah.
fight tonight? Did you pay for it?
Punch Drunk Boxing wants
I'm
the
not.
rematch.
I'm off to bed
Mexican
shortly after
Boxing
this.
wants the rematch.
What was that?
I'm off to bed shortly after this, so I won't be watching this.
Derek
But
wants the rematch.
yeah,
Hey,
I'm
Carl,
sure.
man, give me a fucking stream. Stop fucking around, Carl. Come on,
Okay,
Yeah,
Derek
I'm
wants the
sure.
give me a
rematch.
stream.
I'm sure Mexican boxing wants the rematch because he wants to
Yeah.
believe that Canelo got unlucky in the first fight. That's all well and good. If you're a big fan of Canelo, fine. But
let's
I
be
said it-
honest, Fight Sports. I think there could be a little bit of a trick behind here, right? That maybe he
No.
just giving up all the belts. He don't pay no fees no more, and he might wait for Turkey Al Sheikh to find him a big payday and then come back for another big fight. It might
I
not be a
don't.
full
Maybe,
retirement.
yeah,
Mm,
maybe, yeah.
well,
What do you think of
anything's
that?
possible.
That's
Anything's possible.
plausible, man.
Well, yeah, anything's possible, but I highly doubt it. I don't think Crawford's going to do what Mayweather or Ray Leonard did. I think he's
No.
pretty set on retiring. No, I mean, Floyd pulled those kind of fake retirements in his prime, and so did Ray Leonard. I just don't think Crawford's going to do that. I think he's a lot more deliberate with his intentions. He made it clear after the Spence fight that he didn't want to fight Boots Ennis, and he focused on Canelo. He got it, and he didn't talk about fighting Janibek. It was just sort of a bit of a fantasy fight, which I never thought was realistic. So, no, I think he's pretty set on his retirement. And frankly, I hope he stays retired.
Okay, but at the end of the day, Usyk should do the same then.
Oh, 100%. Usyk's resume is so perfect. I can't help but say every time I look at the news, I'm like, Usyk, can you just freaking retire already? There's just nothing more perfect than Usyk retiring. But hey, that's up to him. Maybe he will retire soon. I don't like this Wilder fight, but yeah, I'm happy with Bud staying retired.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, though, what about the fans? There's a lot of fans actually feel that Bud Crawford used the sport, like came in there, took the
Oh
money,
my god.
didn't want to pay even the sanctioning body. Basically, he robbed the bank and told them, "Fuck yourself."
Yeah, what can I even say? I mean, how did Crawford use to those fans? How did Crawford use the sport? Did he rob you guys? Did he come in with a headscarf on to hide his identity and then run off into the sunset? No, come on, that's ridiculous. He made as much money as he could. He maximized his earning potential.
So Crawford
That's
doesn't
it.
owe the boxing fans nothing.
No, I mean, he's retired, and if he was still fighting, he would have to fight the next best guy for those belts. But no, he's vacated them. I do wish he vacated the belt he won off Madrimov a lot sooner than he did, because he did hold on to that. But no, in terms of did he use the sport, I mean, what does that even mean?
Yeah, but didn't Mayweather rob the bank? Mayweather used to come in with robbery costumes and imply that I'm going to rob the bank. At the end of the day, Crawford earned his money. Crawford risked his life. We ain't going in the ring. He's going in the ring. He risked his life for it. He got the best of the opportunities out of it. And to be fair, I mean, people are both ways, man, but he could have done more. He could give us the rematch. He could do that. He can do that. I mean, that's just fans, isn't it? Fans are never going to be happy, bro.
Of course. Fans are always going to want to.
Hey, there's a lot of people in the panel, man. We got round one. We got Punch Drunk Boxing. What's going on, people? Yeah, welcome to the new channel, by the way. This is Rap Montana Boxing. By the way, there's no rules here. Over here, you guys can say what you want, bro. This ain't no monetized channel anyway. Go ahead. Anybody want to say
always
something?
Going to want more.
Oh yeah, well, go ahead, fight. My bad. Go ahead, fight.
No, well, fans are always going to want more, but how many times can you climb Everest until it's good enough? Like, there's no need for... He doesn't owe the fans anything. He's given us all he wanted, and yeah, he's retired. He's not holding on to the belts. He's not holding them hostage, so what is there to complain about?
That's when you know that Bud Crawford was never the face of boxing, not even close, because we don't give Bud Crawford responsibility. Why we don't keep that same energy with Canelo Alvarez? Canelo Alvarez don't owe us anything. Canelo Alvarez doesn't owe us David Benavidez. But we scorched Canelo Alvarez because he's a face of boxing. But Bud doesn't owe us anything. He don't owe nobody a rematch. He don't owe the WBC.
I think Punch, I get you on that too. You know, people say that a lot too. But at the same time, to me, I feel like he's at that age. It's not like he's Andre Ward and he's, you know, fucking leaving at 32 years old in his prime and shit. You know, he already showed us a lot. You know, that's the thing about Andre Ward. A lot of people always be like, "Oh, look at his retirement. He retired way too early. He gonna have no injuries or really nothing like that." And it's true. But I think Bud is already at the age where he's looking at himself like, if I ain't gonna retire now, I'm gonna retire in like a year or two. You know, that's my opinion though.
In all reality,
And Punch,
bro, in all reality, nobody owes nobody nothing in this world. My kids don't owe me nothing, and I brought them into this world with their mother. My kids don't owe me nothing. So, in the essence of owing people, unless you don't owe them, the bank or something like that, yeah, Buck Crawford don't owe nobody anything because he risked his life. But as honorable, he's a piece of shit. He don't owe the state. He
Punch,
owes the sanctioning body. He owes the sanctioning
Punch.
body for giving him the opportunity. Hold on. For opportunity for even sanctioning him when he moved up 2 divisions up to face Canelo Alvarez and passing all those people that was ranked. They did him a favor. He owes Turkey Al Sheikh be honorable because he did you the favor to put you in position. He made Canelo Alvarez face William Skull. Everything was worked around for the benefit of you. You owe these people, you piece of human garbage. You owe these people.
Listen, motherfucker, you're
That's
so
how I feel.
disabled. You're so
Hold on.
disabled.
No,
Yeah,
hold
that's
on,
what I mean.
hold on.
That person, yeah, he come to my restaurant. That person,
Hold
the
on.
bottom right, he come to
I
my
want to
restaurant,
respond.
right? He tried to
Hold
grab my
on.
Tootsie Roll. Oh my god, what the fuck?
Hold on. I want to respond to what Punch said. Punch, you said he's not honorable because he's not giving him the rematch and he owes the WBC. Well, he vacated the belts, so you can't say that he owes them anything because
Hey,
he's
he
given up
he,
the
he didn't
belts.
pay his 3%. Is he really
Well,
undisputed?
But the thing is that Punch is a gay
hold
motherfucker. He come to my restaurant and he
hold
tried
on.
to grab my Tootsie Roll. He's a gay
Shut the.
motherfucker.
Oh, God.
Listen,
I don't give a fuck what you got to say. I want to respond to what Punch
This
said.
idiot.
You're saying that
yeah,
he's
that's what I
not
mean. He
honorable.
ordered it to order. The
Shut
someone
up.
died. He's so
Okay, hold up,
what?
Chang.
Who
Hold
the
up,
fuck
Chang.
got Zayling
Hold
Zang
up,
over
Chang.
here?
Hold up, Chang. You can have your laugh in a bit, bro. Let them have
Okay.
a little
Thank you,
debate.
thank you, big boy.
Yeah.
Thank you today.
All right,
Mute
just
this
hold up,
guy.
bro.
Mute this
Ching Chang
fucking
Walla.
idiot.
Now let
Thank you.
Five
It's so
Smalls talk
delicious.
and let everybody talk,
Oh,
and I'll
okay.
be back
I
in a
remember
bit,
you
bro.
from last time. Oh,
All
my
right,
god. Yeah,
shut the
thank you.
fuck up now, bro, before I kick you out.
Oh,
How about
sorry,
that?
big. I'm sorry, big boy.
All right, say something else. Say one more thing.
Do you what
All right,
time
fuck
is it
off now.
today?
Fuck off.
Can
Fuck
I?
off.
Can I?
Get the fuck out of it. Get the fuck out of
Yeah.
it, yeah? You're fucking
Yeah. Can I?
pussy trolling shit. We don't want to hear it anymore. Last time we made you talk boxing and we got you to fucking calm down. But this time you don't want to listen, so fuck off, Ching Chang Walla. Go on, carry on, guys. I'll be back in a bit.
Yeah. So to respond to what Punch said, saying that he's not honourable, he vacated the belts and then he retired. So in terms of he owes Turki Al Sheikh, okay, if he was still going to fight on, he would obviously owe him. But it's not like he's bailing on a contract, and there was no fight that was certainly not a rematch with Canelo that would bring in the money that Turkey probably wanted. He would probably have to move up and fight Benavides for something like that. And here's the other thing: it's not like he's paid him money for a fight that he hasn't given him. He paid him for that one Canelo fight, and before that, he paid him for the Madrimov fight. Crawford has chosen to retire, so it's not like Turkey's getting cheated out of anything.
He didn't pay
So
him for
I
the
don't get what
Madrimov.
you're saying.
Say it again. You said he paid for the Madrimov fight, or he didn't pay for the Madrimov fight.
No, Crawford has given Turkey the fights that he's been paid for. It's not like Turkey paid him in advance for a Canelo rematch, which now he's not giving him. So I don't get where you're coming from when you say he's
Okay,
not
so
honorable.
let me further explain. If
Sure.
Bud Crawford, think about this. Just think about it, the logistic, and I understand that people don't understand business of boxing. If Bud Crawford didn't pay the sanctioning fee, the WBC sanctioning fee and belt fee, guess who did? Guess who did?
Lots of fighters. Where are you going with
No,
this?
Canelo did. Canelo paid the sanctioning fee. Canelo paid the belt fee. So guess what? By Canelo paying the sanctioning fees, while this motherfucker ain't want to pay, the belt is still on the line because I paid for it. You understand?
But why are you
Canelo
so
paying
angry?
it's
Why are
almost
you
it's
so
okay. It's
angry?
almost like this. It's almost like this. It's almost like this. Me and you go out. We go out to the bar. The bill comes
Okay,
back. Hold on,
now
let
I
me
get what
finish.
you're
So
saying.
because I want the people to also to understand the bill. But we know that we need to split the bill, right? Like I'm not paying for you, but we went into the intentions that no, we're gonna split the bill when the bill comes. You don't want to pay, but guess what? So I won't look like a dickhead. I'ma pay, and we good. Canelo Alvarez
Okay,
gave the opportunity where you ain't want to pay and want to be a cheap motherfucker. I still put that belt on the line.
Yeah, but Punch, we have to recognize, yeah, that at the end of the day, him not paying the sanctioning body ain't got nothing to do with us. Why should we give a fuck? Because at the end of the day, a lot of sanctioning bodies are fucking back and forth and doing a lot of fucked up
We
shit.
do give a
Well,
fuck because we're
So,
everybody's paying.
so
praising
So,
that
what-
let
so
man.
me
wait,
We're
wait,
finish
rap,
though.
praising
Let
rap,
that
me
rap,
man.
finish
rap.
though. Let
Let me
me
tell
finish.
rap, rap, rap,
It's
rap.
just
Wait,
like
wait,
when
wait,
Rick
rap,
Glazier
rap.
said,
Don't say that,
every other
rap. You
sanctioning
got
body. Look, even though Mauricio Sullivan is a friend of the channel, he has done some fucked up shit.
rap, rap, rap.
Let me
You
finish
got no,
though.
no, no, no. First, let me say, rap. You got people who are winning WBC national titles,
All
and they
right,
still
so
paying
everybody can say
3%.
what they want about the WBC,
They
but
still
what I'm saying
they
is,
still paying
what I'm saying
3%.
is, what I'm saying is, him not paying, and he wants to stand up for something. That's his choice. Yeah. At the end of the day, we can sit here and say, oh, he wanted to be cheap. This that he
He
just
better
made
go
50
with
million.
Zuffa Boxing with that
All
shit.
right, give me a second, round one. He made 50 million. That's his choice. He don't want to pay. Now the whole idea is now he's retiring. So why are people mad that he's retiring though?
exactly.
I'm not mad that he's
It's
not
not like he.
retired.
I mean,
We
you should
Well,
saying
want him
punch,
out the
punch,
sport anyway.
no. I don't
punch.
think that anybody is mad that he's retiring. He
Then
already
a lot
done
of people
enough.
hating
Well,
on him,
punch,
then get him
punch,
out the sport.
I'm saying
punch,
I don't
punch.
think that I don't think that is a
Rap,
legitimate
rap. You
retirement.
gotta know.
Well,
I think it's
hold
a
on. Can
marketing
And
I,
I
choice.
agree with that. I
punch
agree
you?
with that. I don't think this could be a legitimate retirement. I
Rap,
think
rap,
every fighter has done certain things in life to,
I
like
just
Tyson
rap,
Fury,
rap. I
Mayweather,
gotta know.
Sugar
This
Ray
guy
Leonard,
has
Bruh, let the nigga talk, bruh.
right? All them people, they all fucking take their time when they want to be at a point in life when they need to assess what they're doing and what's the next move.
I'm just
So,
going. Remember, you're just going by the questions you asked. You
but
said
I will
do
say
people?
this though. Overall, I'm not hating on Bud. Whatever Bud did, I respect it because Bud showed that he came to boxing and took over the sport, came out without getting blemished. I mean, he's got blessings. The man made multi-millions, changed the game around. And to be fair, it's good that he got one on boxing. Boxing don't need to retire him. He can just retire boxing. And if
I
I,
agree. Can I respond to Punch's point again? You're
all right,
saying
you
that
guys
Canelo.
carry on, but there's a lot of people in the panel, bro. There's a
no.
lot of
Look,
people
bro.
out here on the
Look. This
panel,
is what
bro.
I gotta say though, real quick. Fact. Let me tell you this. Okay,
Sure.
he's undisputed 3 times, but
Hey,
he's never
wait,
defended.
radio, can I just say this? Chang, if I let you in one more time, you can talk boxing like you did last time, and then you can troll later. But if you're gonna come just troll, bro, then we're having a boxing debate. So I'll let you in one more time, Chang. If you got anything to say about Terence Crawford retiring and about this topic, then you can come back.
Okay. I'll just listen and then I'll comment after you speak.
All
Okay.
right, bro.
I
All right, bro.
Well, look, let me say this real quick. But yeah, look, this guy's retiring and he's been 3 times undisputed and never once has he defended undisputed, bro. Never once he showed, yeah, I could be that guy, but never once he could be like, yeah, I'm gonna be that guy. He said he showed us he could be that guy, but he's never defended undisputed and showed us he can be that guy like that, So a lot of people are probably just, I mean, he's 38. Like I said, he's not 32 like Andre Ward, someone like that who left the game so early, but if he is retiring, he had a hell of a run, 3 divisions, 5 division champion, 3 division undisputed, but it just kind of ticks me because he's never defended undisputed,
Oh
Okay.
shit,
Can
Tim
I?
Tszyu got knocked out. Second round.
Bruh, stop it.
Jesus.
Tim Tszyu
Who
knocked
paid
out.
for that
Second round, bro.
pay-per-view?
Knocked
Wait a
out.
minute.
Cold.
No.
He can't even
Yo,
move.
No.
Australians paying for that shit. Australians paying for a Tim Tszyu
Stop.
getting knocked out in the second round.
Stop it.
I'm
Where
only
are you seeing
joking,
that?
bro. The fight hasn't even started yet.
Oh, you're
I
tripping.
Yeah,
love
but
it,
the thing
man.
is,
Let
and
him
the,
talk.
and the person owns the panel. No, the person owns the panel. What do you think about Jake Paul? What do you think about Jake Paul?
I don't know what Jake Paul's gonna
Can
do.
I-
this
Hey, yo, the thing
Friday.
is, you know, when Jake Paul fights AJ, do you know who his next opponent is after he fights AJ?
don't-
After his
I don't give a
Who?
fuck about Jake Paul.
yeah,
They
his
can-
next opponent. Yeah, his next opponent after AJ is Stevie Wonder. He's gonna fight Stevie Wonder after AJ. Oh my God, what the?
Man,
Okay.
he's gonna fight the nerves to get back in the ring. That's what he's gonna fight.
Anyway, can I? Anyway, I want to respond to
Listen.
what.
What
Punch,
we're
I
gonna see
wanna-
is Jake. What we're gonna see is Jake do what champions do after they take a L. See if we can rebuild. That's what we're gonna see. That's what we need to see.
I don't give a fuck about Jake Paul. I want to respond to what Punch said. So you're saying that because Canelo paid the sanctioning fees to keep the belt for them to fight, therefore he owes the sanctioning
Fight
body's
Sports.
fees.
Let me tell you something,
He's-
Fight Sports. Fight
What?
Sports.
Hold
we
on.
got
I'm,
WBC national champions paying for their 3%.
I don't.
Winning the belt
I
paying
don't-
for their 3%. So why
Okay,
is
that-
Bud doing the same?
Hold
you
on.
got national
hold-
champions, not
well,
even world champions doing that.
Do you want an answer? Round one. Okay, very simple. He's retired. You retire. You don't owe sanctioning bodies
Wait,
anything.
so he paid
If
the
he was-
other ones. Wait, so he paid the other ones, but said fuck the WBC. That's crazy.
What I'm saying is that look. I think Earth.
Well,
Go ahead.
yeah. I'm okay. If he was still fighting, I would agree with you. You fight. You want to keep those belts. You got to pay your sanctioning fees. You don't try to play games. But he's retired, and okay, I don't give a shit about whatever spat they had and him throwing a hissy fit. He's retired, so I just don't see what the argument is.
He just
What
retired.
I'm saying,
He
okay.
just
What the
retired.
argument, the question that Rapsaw said, it said, does Bud Crawford owe anybody, right? And do we want to see the rematch, right? You're saying he's retired, okay? I don't think that he's retired. I think that he's using this retirement as a bargaining chip because what we heard was that he wanted $100 million for his next fight. He probably figured out that he can't get $100 million, and he's probably doing the same thing that basically 90% of every legendary fighter that's been in his position has done. Unofficial retirement.
Punch.
Oh, hold on, let me finish. All of them said they retire, and then eventually they get whatever they wanted to get, right? So in terms of when I say that I don't think he's honorable, it's because the earth been moved in boxing so he could get the opportunity. He wasn't at 168. Turkey Out Shake made moves even with Canelo Alvarez to give him the opportunity. Go fight William Skull, get that belt back. Everything was in position to do Bud Crawford the favor, to give Bud Crawford the opportunity. But Canelo didn't want to face him, and Turkey Out Shake didn't have to do that. So the
Hey, Punch,
honorable
did
thing
Bud-
to do, the
Did
honorable
Bud
thing
warn us?
the
Did he not
honorable
warn us before the fight and say, "Look, man, win or lose, yeah, I'm gonna win this fight and I'm gonna retire."
if
He warned
Canelo
us.
Alvarez says, "I
He
want
told
the
everybody
rematch,"
that he was gonna retire anyway. If anything.
No, because when Turkey Out Shake, when he was working out 2 days before the fight, and he said, "I don't know, retired."
Yeah, but he said he did give the hint. Turkey
Well-
was trying to hint him, but he gave the hint before that I'm probably gonna retire anyway.
Hey,
But Bud
Bud
Crawford after the fight did not insinuate that he retired.
Yeah,
Bomac did not
you're right.
insinuate, so he
Hey.
wasn't. So he wasn't ready to retire.
So
He was not
remember
ready to retire.
Okay,
So remember when
okay.
He was
Do you
ready-
think
he
Bud
was-
you're right,
retired
because
again?
remember
Good luck
when
to
he
the
was the
geezer.
PI and
Res-
the UFC PI and Turkey was right
Yo,
there
big
next
up
to
to
him,
the
and he
new
told
channel,
him,
bro.
"Oh
For
yeah,
everybody
you're gonna
coming
do
to the
this."
new channel, smash the like and yes,
Okay, I
support
wanna-
this channel, bro.
Okay, I want to respond to what you said, Punch. Okay,
I just can't
again-
finish what I'm saying, so I don't even know where the fuck I ended. I'm
Yeah,
getting
finish
cut
finish
off.
for 5 minutes, Punch. I'm gonna get some food. I'll come back. Finish.
I forgot
Sorry,
what
I
I was
thought you
saying. I
were
just lost
finished.
my train of thought.
Finish, bro. Finish.
I lost my train of thought. They cut
All
me
right,
keep
you
off.
talking
guys,
about
your fight
Bud.
sports. Carry on, bro. I'll be back.
Yeah, I just don't feel that, again, the word owe, he doesn't owe anybody anything because, again, he chose to retire. Now, again, I don't think his resume is as good as Usyk, etc., and him calling for more money when he already got paid an absolute fortune for the first Canelo fight. I can understand why people are a bit weird about that, but you talk about how the whole sport maneuvered for him. No, I completely disagree with that because Canelo was ducking the fights that we all wanted to see him take. So this fight ended up coming around because
Say
they
it
said,
again. Say it again. Say it again.
Canelo was ducking all of the fights that we wanted to
He
see him
didn't owe us
take.
that. There you go.
Yes, he
See?
did.
No, he
No,
didn't.
no,
You
no,
see,
no.
but
Here's
that's
the
Look,
but
difference.
that's
bro,
my point
yeah.
exactly. Why does Canelo owe us that? Because in
I'll
all
tell you.
actuality,
I'll tell you.
David Benavidez ain't coming with a legacy. David
No, no,
Benavidez
no, no,
not coming
no.
with a title.
Okay,
David
I'll tell
Benavidez not
you.
a
I'll
pound
tell
for
you.
pound fighter. What does Canelo
Hold
Alvarez
on.
owe us?
Yeah, that's
Punch.
true,
I'll tell.
Fight Sports. That's true,
Well,
bro. Because
no,
this
no.
is a guy who lost
Look,
the
can I
belt
respond?
twice.
Can I respond? The
Yeah, what he
difference.
owed us.
The difference is that he decided, meaning Canelo, he still held on to the belts while not fighting the mandatory that everybody wanted to see him fight. Then suddenly Benavidez gets mandated, and he said, "Well, maybe I'll fight him for $200 million." He found new
That's a
ways to duck
lie.
Benavidez. Wait a second. He found new ways to duck Benavidez. It was
Mm-hmm.
crazy, but he chose to hold on to the belts. The difference is that when Crawford decided not to fight Boots, who was his mandatory, he vacated the belts. So there's a difference.
No, but at the same time, look, let me tell you, Canelo, he still had other mandatories.
Bro,
Remember, he
you're
just didn't
always
have
gonna have
one
a
belt,
mandatory.
and he
Time
killed
out.
those mandatories.
Time out. Did you feel like that when William Skull was the mandatory in the IBF and he dropped his belt? Did you feel like that?
Absolutely fucking not. But William Skull,
Exactly.
wait a second.
Go ahead.
Wait a second. He
Was John Ryder
vacated the belt.
was the mandatory?
Hold on a second. Yes, William Skull was his mandatory. It was a mandatory that nobody wanted to see him fight.
Okay.
But Edgar Berlanga was a mandatory, and he fought him. He also fought what was
Ryder.
that guy? John Ryder. John Ryder was
So
a
he fought his
terrible mandatory.
mandatories, right?
Ryder was a
Wait,
mandatory.
hold on. He fought the mandatories that nobody wanted to see him fight, and William Skull was one of those mandatories nobody gave a shit about. And then conveniently, he fought him when William Skull won a bullshit title. That's the difference. Benavidez
Ryder
was a
was a
mandatory.
mandatory.
I get it.
Ryder was a
But
Mando
we're talking
before
about that
David.
you
Ryder
putting
was
it
a
on
Mando before David.
on Canelo that he owed us something, but Bud Crawford
Yeah,
doesn't owe us anything. But
well,
Canelo Alvarez already had a legacy that he could retire and be a first ballot Hall of Fame.
no. I look.
Okay,
I made it
look,
very.
look. So I seen this thing with Sean Skittles, right? And he was talking with the WBC president, and he said just because you have the interim belt doesn't mean you're the mandatory or something like that, right? Shit like that. And I've seen the same shit with the WBO belt. And Ryder had the WBO interim belt, and he was still mandatory. He didn't fight Canelo till like another year or so, and he was a Mando before David was. So people are, he fought Ryder. Whoa, he was the Mando. He probably would have lost the belt. So clearly he took the Mando.
Does it? I don't get that argument because Benavidez turned out to be a far better mandatory than all of those guys. But again,
Yes,
talking
but
about John,
Ryder was the WBO
wait a
mandatory
second.
before David was the WBC Mando.
Jesus. Look, John Ryder was a mandatory who, first of all, nobody cared about. He got the mandatory shot because of one decent win over Zach Parker, and it was a fight where Zach Parker not only quit, but Parker didn't even care that he quit. So it was a pointless mandatory which nobody cared about. Okay, he was coming off a series of bad fights. Then he fought the mandatory nobody cared about, and suddenly when Benavidez gets mandated, he starts talking about wanting $200 million, etc., etc. He played all these goofy games, and then he waited for Benavidez to move up, and then he said, "Oh, sure, I'll fight him."
Exactly. 200 is crazy because 150 for Bud was crazy for me.
Wait a
think
second.
that Bud just got it
Look,
easy. I
look,
think
you
Bud
got to
got
let
it
me
easy
finish
by
a
the
point.
fans.
Look, you got to let me finish my points, okay? So to answer Punch's point, that's the difference. Benavidez was mandated, and Canelo played all these stupid games. Crawford didn't. He just vacated the titles and moved up. There's the difference.
Bud got it easy because he never gave him the responsibility. Everybody gets scorched. We Canelo gotta fight this, Floyd Mayweather gotta fight this. Everybody gotta fight somebody. But Bud, we don't put pressure on Bud. Oh, Bud could just get, you know what I'm saying? He don't have to, we put it on everybody else.
Well,
That's why
yeah,
he don't have he's not a face of
Bud is
boxing because
kind
we
of
don't
like under the radar. That's why
no, he's not
like
under the radar. Is that people really we never looked at him as the face of boxing, regardless
Yeah,
of
well,
how many
that's the
shit that
thing,
he accomplished.
casuals. In a casual
Well,
way, the names you were bringing up casually, those are the names that would be bring up by casuals, not him. So I agree with you when you're saying shit like
And put
that.
it this way, they even at welterweight, when even Mauricio Sulaiman they had the meeting. Remember that time, that picture they took a meeting, and Mauricio Sulaimon, they asked Mauricio Sulaimon about that meeting, and they said that we have put everything, all the mandatory, everything aside for them to finish the negotiation of Earl Spence and Bud Crawford throughout that year. They canceled everything. So they put everything on hold for a Bud and Spence. What did Bud do? Pull out of the negotiation, negotiating in bad faith, and went to BFK Prime to face Dave Avanesian. That's what I mean. That he's not an honorable. That's what I mean about he's not honorable. Wait. Let me finish. That's why I'm not saying I'm saying he's not an honorable guy, because Earl Spence was the honorable guy. He's the one that told PBC, and he was on an interview with Steven Espinoza, that audio call. I want Bud. If I don't get Bud, I'm not fighting Keith Thurman. If Earl Spence was not honorable to give him the opportunity, so then when that happens, Bud whoop his ass, and then there was supposed to be a rematch clause. But it's supposed to be a rematch clause only in weight. And Earl Spence was not coming to 147. Go check out the tweet. Charles Bud Crawford said at 147.
That's
We all
true.
know that he's
That's
not
Hey,
the
can
fighter.
I
Yup.
just quickly
Hey, you're
say
right.
something? Fight Sport, did you say that Bud vacated the belt?
Which ones? I said he vacated the belts of 147. Yeah, I
Nah,
said
he
Bud
was
that.
stripped.
vacated everything.
He was
Bud
stripped.
never
He was stripped.
defended
He was
undisputed.
stripped of the IBF. Boots got his IBF. He was stripped of that title.
Well, yeah, he
He
did.
never
But
vacated it.
look, Carl, let me tell you.
No, I was
Yeah,
talking about the other
Bud
belt.
never,
Yeah,
as an
righto.
undisputed, he's never defended undisputed. So we looking at him, he's always dropping the belts and then moving up or doing
Okay,
something
well,
else.
all right. Well, can I answer Punch's point? Okay, now you're talking about the Spence situation. I was talking about the Canelo
I'm talking about him
situation.
being
About
not
okay,
honorable. He's a
okay.
piece
Well,
of shit. As in, when it
well,
comes to honor, he's a piece of shit. But a
all
beautiful
right,
champion.
all right. Can
He's a piece of
I
shit.
answer? All right, you've made your point. Okay, to
Punch, shut
answer
the fuck up.
yeah, to answer that point, because I don't think he was wrong with the Errol Spence situation either. Yes, he was fortunate that Spence, if Spence didn't say I want Crawford for undisputed, then the fight wouldn't have happened. So you got to give him credit for that. But
Mhm.
Crawford was blackballed by PBC for a couple of years, for one. Second, I personally don't think he was wrong the way he handled the Spence situation, because there is evidence that and I actually did a series of videos on this last year. There is evidence that PBC was looking to black out Crawford again, like they did before. So I don't think he was wrong the way he handled the Spence rematch.
When he
And
got
personally,
blackballed. When he got blackballed.
because they were looking to PBC, they were looking to host the 154-pound title, the WBO, between Zoo and Fundora. They were looking to host it, and the winner would vacate the belt so that Crawford couldn't get a shot. So that's a separate issue. I don't think Spence and his team wanted the rematch anyway, so I don't think you can really
I'm saying you
blame
said he
Crawford
was blackballed for a long time. Where he was blackballed? Where?
when he called out Spence at that soccer game, and he said, "You're too small. I don't have to fight you. I'm the boogeyman, but I'll fight you when I'm ready. I'll go the easy
That's
road and
talking
But
fight
that's
shit. I'm
Shawn
talking
Porter."
boxing, though.
strategically
That's boxing.
blackballed.
That
I
was
mean,
the
that's
other
talking
side
shit.
of the street shit. Like,
Hold on,
That's talking
you.
shit.
Well, okay, you asked me where was he blackballed.
Yeah,
The following
blackballed.
year, wait a second. The following year, 2019, you had Leonard Allaby, that goofball, and Floyd and Spence and everybody at PBC was saying,
Mhm.
well, we're not going to fight Crawford right now. That was the fight everybody wanted to see. Anyway, I don't give a shit about the past, okay? I'm talking about the present. I'm
You
just
talking
telling
about
you
Tank.
that I don't think,
You ain't
I
talking
don't
about Bud.
think, all right, I don't think
You got it
it's
wrong.
fair to say he's a piece of shit. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just
I
saying. I'm just
agree.
saying. Not honorable.
I agree that Usyk has had to deal with a lot more adversity and he's had to do more work for less credit. I agree with that.
You know what's
But
okay, you know what's honorable? Josh Taylor
go ahead.
says, I'm gonna fight Jack Catterall. Let me get this fight with Jose Ramirez. Step aside, and I'm gonna honor that. I'm gonna give you that title shot. That's honorable. Honorable is
I
when
agree.
when they was negotiating the AJ and Tyson Fury fight. And remember We all thought that it was going to be, and Alessandro Usyk said, "I will step aside because boxing needs this matchup, and I'll get the winner. I will step aside." That's honorable. That's being an honorable person. That's
I
what I
agree.
mean.
Okay.
Bud
I
takes
don't.
Bud would take, and then when the question is asked, because that's what we're discussing, should he give Canelo Alvarez a rematch? Hell yeah.
I
Because he gave you
disagree.
an opportunity that he didn't have to give you.
Well, okay, if he pulls a Ray Leonard against Hagler, retires and then unretires, then that's a different story. But I don't see it there because he's retiring. If you're retiring, you're not going to fight anybody, and you're not going to give anybody a rematch. So
Yeah, but fight. How many times have we heard fighters
Yeah,
say they're
and then
retiring?
Canelo defended the belts, the undisputed belts, something Crawford never defended, undisputed. So yeah, why not? That
well,
was the one thing I could
well,
say.
round
Like,
one.
I'm
How
agreeing.
many times have we heard fighters say they're retiring, bro?
Well, I don't think.
Plenty, bro, plenty.
I said earlier, I don't think Crawford's going to be one of these guys who pulls a Floyd, I'm retired, then I'm unretired. I don't think that's going to happen. But again, to respond to your point, Punch, I agree. Usyk, not only do I think he's the best fighter of this era, I think his resume is much better than Crawford's. But okay, if you want to say that Usyk had to jump through more hoops, I agree. Usyk's probably the most disrespected champion ever. But again,
The ultimate road warrior, I reckon.
you called 100%. You called Crawford a piece of shit. That's pretty harsh to me.
No. I said that he's a piece of shit when it comes to being an honorable person, not being a family
Well, I
man,
disagree
not
with
being
that.
being a fan.
Hey, Fight
I'm
Sports.
saying,
He didn't
based
defend the
off, and I'm
undisputed.
saying based off based off what we got on the table, based on the questions. If people are saying, "Oh no, he don't got to do this, he don't got to give a rematch," yeah, you should pay the sanctioning, the WBC, because they give you the opportunity to become a 3-division undisputed world champion, my brother. That's the least that you could do. That's being honorable, my brother.
I mean, look,
Okay.
Fight Sports.
Yep.
Look, he didn't give a shot again, a rematch to Spence, and this is a guy who got most of the belts and did all the work. Canelo, the same thing, was undisputed, did all the work. He didn't defend none of them. I mean,
Yeah,
look,
but
he
when did
fought
Errol Spence
Madrimov.
jump up and down, bro? When did Errol
Yeah,
Spence
no,
jump
but
up and down?
look. He fought Madrimov. He didn't defend that belt with the young killers because he wanted Canelo and shit, right? But still, look, he didn't give none of these guys that fucking rematch that they deserve, bro. They deserve
Well,
that rematch. They deserve.
okay.
You can't tell me they didn't.
Well, round one, to respond to.
And then when
Okay, first.
when Earl Spence
Hold
talked
on, can I
about
respond to round. Okay, can
when
I
Earl
quickly
Spence
respond to
talked
round one's
about it, why
points?
didn't Bud speak about the sanctioning fees then? That's what I mean. Not honorable.
Okay,
He didn't stand up
okay,
when Earl Spence stood up.
Okay, well, I'll just respond to round one's points. I do actually agree with you that if you become undisputed, you do owe sanctioning fees. But again, the difference here is that he retired, so it's not like he's holding on to belts when he doesn't deserve to. Now, in terms of what you said about him not rematching Spence, I don't think Spence's team. I think Spence wanted the rematch because Spence still is a warrior through and through. I
But
don't
he
think
deserved
Spence's
Hey
it,
team.
yo,
though. That's
ain't
what I'm saying.
nobody
Well,
deserve
hold on.
nothing, bro. Ain't none of the fans deserve
Well,
anything. The fans always downplay
well,
fighters anyway. They were cursing Terence
well,
Crawford out anyway. All the Canelo
well.
fans were
I'm just
cursing the
gonna.
fuck out of him. He don't deserve shit. Canelo fans
Well, I'm
don't
just.
deserve shit because they're all delusional as fuck. And the other
Yeah,
thing
but
I'm gonna say, at the end of the day, even if he comes back and he fucking rematches him round one, yeah, and he beats him, you ain't gonna give him 10 times more credit. He ain't getting no more credit out of you.
Boy, he
That's
Yeah,
true.
defended
he
the
ain't
But
doing
also
nothing for
undisputed
too.
you.
belt against
If he comes in
Canelo. That's
rematches, oh,
credit
let's
as
give him a
well.
rematch. Nah, bro, you guys are just saying that because I feel like he don't owe the fans nothing because the fans have been cursing him
He
out from
doesn't
day
owe the
one.
fan. He
The
owes
fans
Well,
are
The
Spence
not in
fans
the
and
were
ring
cursing
getting
him
Canelo.
out
punched
in
That's
the
who
though.
he
Canelo
owes.
fight,
He
and
owes
that's why
Spence and Canelo. He don't owe
he
the
Also,
gonna
can
fans
I?
make a lot of
shit, but
fans
he owes
cry.
those guys
Now
who
I'll be
did the
back
Can
after
I?
work
my
for a
breakfast.
rematch.
Okay, can I? Okay, round one. I'll just
Ain't
respond to your
nobody
point.
deserves shit, bro. Make your money and we'll do what
Well,
you want to
The
do.
fans are not the one getting in the ring. Y'all got to take account that fighter taking
And if
damage.
the fans, business might deserve it for the business they want to do. But the
Yeah, but
fans,
yeah, and two.
And if
Spence
Well,
Bud
did
round
don't
the
want
one.
to
work,
Round
fight
won
one.
Bud,
most of the
if
belts.
Bud don't want to
Canelo got
fight
the belts.
Charlo,
They
if Bud don't
deserved
want to
it.
fight
They
these fights,
defended it.
then let him
You know.
retire. That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't want to see him
round one.
fight
I'll
no
just
and
fucking
respond
watch
old
to
this
ass
you.
though,
people.
fight sports. I'm gonna be back, but watch this one. If he does come back and do the rematch, is he going to get 10 times more credit? Is he? Is it gonna? Is everyone
I
gonna be
don't.
totally? Let me finish. Is everybody gonna be so happy with him now that he's doing the rematch and he beats Canelo again? Is everybody gonna be so happy?
I'm
I'll be
sure
back.
a lot of people. Well, I'm sure a lot of people will be. I don't think. Again, I don't think Crawford's going to do that. I don't think he's going to pull a fake retirement and come back. But to answer your question, round one, or your point, he didn't rematch Spence, in my opinion, because Spence's team didn't want it. The way Spence, look, I've got nothing bad to say about Spence. That guy is a warrior through and through, and he's a Hall of Famer. But the way that Spence went about it after the first fight was very suspicious, to where I don't think his team wanted the rematch. So I don't think you can put that down to Crawford. Yeah, has Crawford overall been the greatest champion ever? No, he's been strategic, but there's nothing wrong with that. And again, just talking about the context and saying that he didn't give Spence a rematch, he didn't give Canelo a rematch. Again, he retired after the Canelo fight, and Spence, you can put it down to him and his team for not. Again, they could have done a lot more if they were serious about the rematch.
Hey, can we talk about tonight's
But the
fight
thing
or
is,
what,
but the
man?
thing is,
Fuck
the
I mean,
Crawford.
question
look,
is, the
he
question, the
retired
question,
knowing that Canelo wanted the
Fuck
rematch.
the
Crawford.
He
question, the question.
retired that Canelo and his team said that yeah, we want the Terrence Bud rematch in
The
September.
rematch
So
clause, the rematch clause was 30 days, and he activated the rematch clause. But Bud Crawford chooses the weight. If Bud would have choose 154 because that was Earl Spence that he wanted to move at 154, he couldn't fight at 147, we would have seen a rematch. But Bud Crawford said no 147, and he tweeted that. But guess what Bud Crawford did? Went to 154 to face Mazurov. That's what I mean about
Hey, Carl,
dishonorable.
you there?
yeah, true. There you
Yeah, mate.
go. There you go. That's what I'm
Man, we're
trying to
gonna get a
say.
stream or what, man?
I can't fucking find one.
Bro, hey,
Hey,
Well, again,
if it
hey,
was
bro,
30
pay for
bucks, I
that
would have
pay per
paid 30
view.
bucks.
Pay
They're
for
trying
that
to
pay
rob
per
us.
view.
$60 for this, man. Fuck, I'm
Pay
not
for
paying
that
60.
shit.
Man, but
Pay
y'all
for that
remember the
what
shit.
last
punch?
That
time we
man, he
played a
needs
fight in
food.
the
30
lottery?
bucks
This
I would have
might be
paid.
this might be Tim
60
Support your
fucking
last
bucks.
Australian
boxing match.
fighter.
Pay
Why
for
you not
that
paying
shit.
the Australian fighters money?
I'll pay 30. That's my limit. Pay the
Yeah,
rest. You
Pay
pay
for
me the
Tim
rest.
Zoo.
I
Pay
just
for
Pay
hate
for
Tim
this.
that
Zoo.
shit.
No, fuck Pard for Tim Zoo. He can suck my fat Australian cock.
Hey, Carl, what's
Carl,
going?
hey,
Hey, hang on.
Mirage, Carl,
Why
you
is he
guys gotta
fighting
Some
pay
at?
for
people
Why
are
that
is he
shit.
saying
You
fighting
that
gotta
this
pay
at
for
card
that
is
shit
middleweight?
for his
rushed.
kids,
Why is
bro.
his fight at
That
middleweight? What's
money for
going
his
on?
kids.
Some people saying that
Because
this
he's
fight
going to
card
move
is
to
rushed.
middleweight, I think, mate.
See,
Safer
that's a
there.
bad move straight away. That's a red flag. I don't know
Some
what they're
people
doing,
are
these
saying that.
motherfuckers.
It's safer for him there, mate. As long as he stays away from
Dude, I
lowering
think, yeah,
cannabis.
but he's too. Yeah, but he's. I think
$60,
he's too
bro.
small for
Hey,
160, man.
PBC get their pay per view
Yo,
for
Fight
80,
Sports,
bro. You
somebody's
guys
saying that
got the
on
good
a
shit. You
Dude, do you
better
ever
pay for that.
stop
It's
You
dribbling
better,
round
you
one?
better.
Shut the fuck
yeah.
up. We're talking.
Somebody, what were you saying to me? Somebody mentioned my name, but
I
I
want
Nah,
to
I
couldn't.
talk
was
about the
I
Tim Zoo fight. Where you motherfuckers talking about this fucking.
Okay,
How
that's
long
what
you
I'm
gonna take?
saying. The
yeah.
Tim Zoo fight. Buy it, Mirage, you broke boy. God damn.
No, it's not worth it. But to me,
Nah,
I'm
see,
worried about. I'm
I've
worried
got to
about
be,
this fight. Hey,
I've
Yeah,
got to be in me bonnet. I've
somebody
got to
else
be
is
in me
making
bonnet
a
over this promotional company, mate, charging us for fucking everything.
yeah,
They
yeah,
somebody
charge
else
us
$60,
made
for
a review
fucking
man.
about that
everything,
too
mate.
though. Somebody's saying that
Dude,
this
that's
card
more
seems
than
rushed.
like the
Okay,
Benavidez
hey, how many
fights.
car?
It's
How
more than
many
the
car?
turkey
How many? Hey,
fights.
Mirage, how many fights is there in that card? That just the main card.
No, I got a lot of fights, but they're all fucking local fucking bums. But
Oh.
to me, hey, this opponent, man, he doesn't look like it's an easy fight. He might be trouble for Tim, man.
People are saying that this
Well, it's
Anthony
worth
guy
the
is
Yeah,
buying
dangerous.
if you
I
can
think
watch Tim get
he
knocked out
could be.
again.
He's coached by Hector Bermudez too.
People are
He's
saying this
rangy,
dude
he's
dangerous
tall, he
that
can
he fighting.
punch. I mean, it's not a layup. It's not a layup, man. I don't know.
Nah,
Nah, this
he
is a
can
hard
knock you
fight.
out too.
Yeah, it's a new weight. I
Why
don't
didn't
know
we
what
get?
it's.
What it would have
Yeah,
been cool to get Tim Zoo and Keith Thurman. That probably you guys would probably
yeah,
pay
man. That
for it,
could have
maybe.
that could have really that was the crossroads. Since then, when that fight got called off, his career's gone to shit.
Yep, and no one to blame but himself. No one to
Yeah.
blame but himself.
You see Fennec dogging out. Fucking, he said Tim looks awful on the pads. He's not
Yeah,
that. They're not teaching him anything. It's the
he's not
same
learnt. He
shit.
hasn't learnt nothing. Yeah,
Hey,
No
you better
way.
move
Hey,
that head. You better
Tim is
move that
getting
head
knocked
tonight.
out. He's getting stopped. Yep.
No
Mm,
way.
Oh, we
well,
don't.
maybe.
Yeah, we don't know, mate. I don't know why the guy just has to get in the ring so quick after.
Yeah.
know,
Or I
Or
don't
at
know
least
why he
getting the
doesn't
he's
want to
doing
somebody's
what
been
he's
rematch
done.
with
stopped.
Look, this
Maybe
has happened to him in the last 18 months, mate. He's,
It's almost like he's a
hey,
sketch
well,
maybe
this is
artist.
getting
great. And
maybe
he's
getting the
fought
ring.
Joey Spencer in between. He's had a layup with Joey Spencer, and he's fought Fundora twice. Got
But it's like
starched
he's
by
So
against taking
Backram.
$60
tune-ups, man.
Yeah.
for that though, like
Mate,
that's crazy.
I think he should be fighting maybe a
Mate,
tough
they
journeyman.
can
Like
go and get fucked.
they
I don't
should
know
have
why
put
he
him
No
in
don't
with
way
want
a
to
am I
fight
hey,
supporting that
tune-ups.
shit, man, because they just keep doing it to us every
yeah,
time.
$60, man.
Mate, that guy
That's
off
a
the tire
complete
card
rip.
was fucking brilliant for $60.
$60. That's
Fucking
And what
fucked
did
up.
they
brilliant.
got in the co-main event? A fucking Australian title on the line or
I
something?
don't know who they are, man.
Yeah,
Sam
Tim
Goodman
Zoo
and
used to
Tyler
be a cook.
Blizzard, they were both, they've got a bit of history from the amateurs, but
This should be on
Sammy
Hey
free
Goodman,
man,
TV, man.
Tim
man,
hasn't rapped
I
his
better
shit
Promote
be
yet.
Tim,
watching
promote
fucking
Tim
a
on free
dog war
TV.
fight in most of
Fucking this
these ones
bullshit
or
$60
something
fucking
for
pay-per-views.
$60. I better watch crazy fights I don't watch in
Yeah, this
like,
is like a domestic card, man. It shouldn't be that. It's a
yeah.
joke.
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I don't
Yeah, it's
know.
Hey,
fucking,
Carl.
mate, it's
This
just a
Matt.
repeat fucking process with these cunts.
Hey, Carl.
Yeah, same shit, man.
What do you think about Terence Crawford beating Canelo and telling his Canelo fans to go suck out, and they want the rematch now? What do you think of that?
Oh my god.
Mate, he can do what he wants to do. If he's retiring, man, good on him. He's had a good career. I think he's been
Does he owe the Canelo fans a rematch?
not to me. It wasn't really that close, man. To me, like I like rematches when fights are close, mate. But that wasn't. I didn't see that fight as close at all. You know, like sometimes we want these rematches. Like that fucking Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn, mate. That was a fight we wanted to see a rematch. Virgil Ortiz and fucking Backram, not Backram, fucking Boachuk. That's a rematch we want to see. I don't know, mate. Like Devin Haney and Cambosis, we didn't need to see that rematch. There's a lot of them. I don't know. I mean, being Canelo, I just don't know if what other fights Canelo's got left in front of him, mate, without the rematch. I don't know what's left for him, man. Is there anything left? Is there anyone? What does he do? Go gather the belts back up? Because if Bud's retired, they're all going to become vacant now. So you watch Benavidez run like a little fucking coward back down there.
Hey, don't start, Carl. Don't fucking start. Don't give me bullshit. The monsters are running anywhere. What happened? Everybody's gone quiet.
Where's round one?
I don't know. I can't hear any cunt. Is any cunt talking?
So has the Tim Zoo fight started yet?
Nah, probably
No,
a
mate.
couple
It's
more
not for
hours,
another
man.
probably hour and a half.
I don't
Hour
want to watch
and
it,
a
man.
half.
I'm fucking pissed. It's not even worth putting on a stream. They're not even putting it on a stream. It's how shit these cards are.
Drop the link. Round one wants the link.
Yeah, come
Yeah,
on,
round
somebody in
one's-
chat, man, must have a stream. Give me a link for the stream. Come on.
Round one really wants the rematch.
Nah, no rematch, man.
Oh, Booze, you want to see this Callum Peters, mate, this 50 cal. Tell me what you think of this Callum Peters, Booze Traveller, when you watch it, mate. Tell me what you think of this lad. Fucking, I rate him. I think he's good. Fuck, he's got some power in his hands and he can move. Carl Mazzuti, that's who Nikita Zoo fought last at middleweight. He's not a bad fighter. Yeah, I don't even know who that Molinari is. He must be a bit of an up-and-comer. But yeah, Booze, have a look at Callum Peters, mate. 50 cal, they call him. This lad can crack.
Yeah, man. What the fuck? What else?
Oh well anyways, yeah man. Well fuck, bro.
All
60
right, round
bucks.
one. What's gonna happen on Friday to Jake Paul?
Oh man, Jake Paul, man, he might get knocked out in the first round. Hey, Joshua is gonna get it done in round one. You know how it goes, man. Jake Paul might
Can
not
he
get up
track
for
him
another
down? Because
10 minutes, bro.
he's just going to run around the ring. I mean,
I
he did that
mean,
against
look, Jake
Tyson.
Paul is not even a guy that runs around or anything.
No, man, he
Like,
does. He can circle around and
like
run
he
around a lot.
doesn't know.
You
He don't
think
have
Jake
that
gonna be
run
on the
around
run?
footwork, bro. Like
Fuck
he's
yeah.
gonna get
Boy,
cracked.
he's going to hang on. Is he going to be toe to toe with AJ? Is that what
Bro.
you think?
No, but I'm
I
saying
mean,
like
look.
I'm
I
just
feel
saying
He's
bad.
going to
like
run.
if
He's
they
going to
have
be
one of those.
running around the ring.
Look. I get it for Ngannou because I felt like, damn, Jake has a better chance fighting Ngannou than someone like AJ.
Jake
You
is a
know,
much better
like
mover than Ngannou, so yeah.
no.
Yeah,
But
Ngannou
still,
stood
he
in
got a
front of
better
AJ and tried to
chance
box.
at
Oh, yeah.
someone like
Fucking
fucking
dumbass.
Ngannou than AJ. Like that
He should
motherfucker
have
AJ is
brawled. He should
gonna.
have fucking fought like
AJ
He
is
MMA.
should have
playing.
moved around and used his
AJ
distance
is
as
like
much
a
as
kid playing with his
Yeah.
peas, you know, like
He's
with a
switching
fork.
southpaw, thinks he's a fucking boxer. Fucking
yeah, he thought
deserved
he
to
could
get
just
knocked
stand in
out.
front of him and brawl with AJ because he was big like him. That shit didn't work.
Man, that's gonna be done for. I mean, I don't know if Jake. Hopefully, he don't get like hurt that bad like that, because we don't know, man. This is a real dude that could punch and fucking took big guys out and shit.
They
No,
better
we
not
need
Jake
stop
is
it
a
if
AJ
he.
to
little
hurt Jake.
dude, bro.
We need
Jake is a
AJ to
little
hurt, bro.
dude, bro. Jake can
Yeah,
have all the
he might buzz
steroids
him and they'll just
in his
stop it straight
system, and
away.
it's
The
not gonna
fucking
do
bullshit.
nothing, bro. Like,
Better not.
Do you think his corner gonna throw the towel in before Jake get too hurt? Like if it get
Yeah,
like that?
probably, man. He'll get buzzed or something, and they'll just fucking stop
It's
it. Just
not even him getting buzzed. It's just he's gonna get hit and just fall, bro. Like the corner is just gonna be looking.
might be
Can
like
he get up
Tyson
or
McNeely,
not?
man. They'll just step in right away to save him.
Oh my God. I just feel like Jake is just gonna get knocked out, bro. Like that. I mean, the way he look. If AJ's coming in like he looked at and he knocked out Ngannou, like, man, fuck this motherfucker. I'm gonna fucking knock his ass out. And he did it in the second round. I'm looking at him looking the same way to Jake, like, I'm gonna knock this guy out clean in the first round. So if AJ's looking at like that, he's gonna get him out. If he wants to play with his food, he'll tamper with him for a bit and shit like that till he wants to, you know.
Listen, if Jake Paul rock AJ, bro, like we've been saying, that's just gonna be the moment for Jake, and it's gonna make his career. Like this shit is not like it's funny, but this shit ain't a game. You know what I'm saying? Like
I mean,
you know what
hey,
I'm saying?
my boy, look. Jake, he barely dropped a 48-year-old Anderson Silva. He didn't rock him. He barely dropped him. And
But
it wasn't
how?
like he
Okay,
was dazed.
okay.
So it's
But let
like
me ask you
someone
this
like
though.
that. And Jake and him are the same size and they'll fight in the same weight in a way, kind of. But this is a heavyweight.
No, yeah. But
I
let me
don't
ask you
see
this: who do you think is better, like skill wise, not like who will win, but skill wise? Who do you think better, Daniel Dubois or Jake Paul?
Dubois, of course.
Okay.
Yeah, bro. Dubois, he got like skills, bro. Like he got.
I'm not
I
saying
think,
Dubois is not good, but I'm saying you
I
think
think
he has
he
a
got.
better stance and a guard and better jab and shit than Jake Paul did?
Oh hell yeah! If someone like Tyron Woodley is hitting you or something like that, then yeah, man. Come on. And Jake, I'm not gonna lie, he's getting better every time, but still, like the opponent he's facing is just he's getting at the same. Like it's good because look, I'm not saying Tommy Fury, but Tommy Fury and Anderson Silva were like the same height when he was not fighting welterweights like these other guys, right? Like, but when he fought someone his same size, he got a split decision. Win or lost, it was a split decision and it was a close fight. He's fighting someone bigger than him. So it's not going to end well, bro. It's not.
Yeah, Jake gonna have to be moving around. He gonna have to be on his bike.
And he's not a mover. He don't move. Like he doesn't back up. He don't have that. He's just going
Dude, didn't he do that against Tyson? Wasn't he moving around a lot on his bike against Tyson?
Yeah, he was kind of moving
He
around
was
with Tyson.
too. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna lie.
Now
He
that I
was,
think
but
about
it
it.
wasn't like it wasn't like him moving. He was when he moved, he was still getting touched by a jab or something. But it wasn't him
That's
moving
against a
and
60-year-old
doing shit
Tyson,
like
man.
slick shit. It wasn't him doing slick shit. That's why. So I'm not
No, it
saying
doesn't have to be slick, man. Just keep moving, man. Keep out of the way of a punch. If it's a
but
big ass
Yeah,
green
he
or
was
this
something.
is
delayed.
a AJ. He got more reach too. That you can move all you want. He gonna get in
Yeah.
there and
He should catch him. He should corner him, yeah.
you know. So that's what I'm saying. You can move all you want, but you're in there with a you're in there with a Mexican monster. That's a fucking Mexican monster. Fuck that shit. You're in there with a Mexican monster and you're gonna lose.
Well,
bro.
AJ's
That's what it
reputation
is.
is on the line, right? He knows, man, he's got to
No,
take
it
that
is.
dude
It
out.
is. Look.
Absolutely.
AJ's. If he's taking it serious, if he's not doing what Tyson Fury did to Ngannou and not taking it serious and shit like that, then I guess. But even if he's not taking it serious, this is
Yeah,
a
man.
little guy. This is a
Doesn't
little
even
guy,
have to.
bro. This is a
Fucking
little
Jake
guy
Paul.
who barely dropped fucking
Nah, don't go
Anderson
into it thinking
Silva
like
and
that.
barely dropped fucking Tommy Fury, bro.
How
He didn't
serious does
even
he have to take
daze him,
Jake
bro.
Paul?
He barely
Come
Man,
on.
dropped him.
it's
So
not
it's
about
like,
taking Jake Paul serious. It's about his career. If this nigga lose or get stumbled, bruh,
Hey, round one.
AJ
Can you
is
read?
done.
Round one.
True.
Can you read? Round
what,
one.
what happened?
Can you read?
Yeah.
Okay. Somebody sent me this.
I don't know if he can, to be honest. I don't know.
Somebody sent me this. Can you read it? And this is somebody in boxing. You might even know his name. Read it.
Oh, what's this?
Read it. Round
Better
one, I
not be
can't hear
real.
you, bro. Round one, you can't read. Round one can't read.
Yeah, so knockout restrictions. Is this true, man?
Round one, I'm showing him, innit?
Yo, I saw somebody talk about this shit in the comments, bruh. Are you fucking kidding me?
How
No,
can there
what
be
is
a
this
knockout
shit, bro? What
restriction? How
is
can that
this
be?
shit?
Like, if you're throwing a punch,
Yeah,
Man,
how you?
somebody got to read it to the people. I'm
What
busy,
is
man.
this shit, bro? No, what is this shit?
You guys are not hosting, helping the people
yeah,
to know
knockout
what's going on.
restriction. Both parties agree that no knockout, KO or TKO, shall be pursued or permitted during the scheduled bout duration. That is like very weird.
I thought it was a pro fight. It's an exhibition or some shit. What the fuck?
Bout
What?
duration. The bout shall consist of 8 rounds, each round lasting 3 minutes. Bout outcome. The contest shall proceed the full 8 rounds. It shall be. So it has to go to decision. It has to go to full 8. Oh,
So what are they
this
going to
is lame.
pity patter? Are they going to pity patter for 8
This
rounds?
is
Yeah, I
this is
guess
fucking
so.
bullshit.
So this
lame
is
as
what
fuck.
somebody sent me. Like, I'm not going to, well, the Rick Glaziers or whatever, that there is contracts that can be put in place behind the contracts. Do you understand this?
What the fuck?
That's crazy.
Better not be real.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Wow.
No fucking man.
Because
no
people
fucking
was
way,
saying that
bro.
Mike
You're
Tyson was
tripping.
holding back on this fight, man. And they was putting up clips about Mike Tyson and Jake giving each other the eye, like, my bad, hit me too hard
Yeah.
and shit. Man,
Bro,
come on, bro.
you're tripping. Don't say that shit,
Man,
bro.
come
What
on,
the
bruh.
fuck, bro? That was a pro fight. That Mike Tyson fight was a pro fight. Don't
Hey,
say
if Jake,
that.
if
Come on,
AJ
man.
agreed to this, man, that means he's sold out for the cash.
Bro, yes.
He sold
This
out
nigga
his
sold his soul
respectability.
for the bag.
Yeah, fuck
Man,
yeah, man.
we fuck this shit, bro. Boxing,
Come
look, if
on,
we're going in,
AJ.
what
You
is this?
don't
Is
do
this
us
a
like
pro
this,
fight?
bruh.
It's not a pro
Come
fight,
on,
huh?
bruh.
You're that desperate for cash, AJ, man? What the fuck?
That was horrible. That is horrible, man.
I'm
Hey,
disappointed
Mirage,
if this is real.
Canelo
If
was
this is
about
real,
to do the same thing.
I'm disappointed.
Yeah, but
Damn.
I assume he would have tried to go for the knockout. I don't think I don't know. Fuck these
Nah,
cunts,
bro, because
man.
we seen Floyd go 8 rounds with his brother. Floyd could probably fucking did it whatever he wanted, but he did it. He would carry him too. There was a spot where he looked like he knocked him out, but he pushed him up like, "Wake up, motherfucker! It's Floyd, but wake up, we still live. Come on, like that's crazy, bro. That's man, that's crazy, man."
I knew this shit was too good to be true, bruh. Like, I knew it was. I knew it. I knew it was something fucking fishy about this shit. Everybody was saying it. It's fishy as hell. This is weird.
Oh, it's fishy, yeah, big time.
Man, this fucking goofy ass fight. Get this nigga out of boxing, bro. This is the shit that I'm talking about.
What the fuck, bro?
Jake
No,
Paul,
Hey, yo,
man.
if I
hey,
play you Chavez Jr.'s fight, you'll see in 2-3 rounds he didn't throw no punch, not one punch.
Yeah, people say he didn't throw rounds
He
for like 5
deliberately did not
rounds.
throw a punch. And when you got Chavez Jr. not throwing punches at all, then that tells you what you need to know.
Then all of a sudden, when he start opening up, he was rocking Jake. Y'all saw the fight. People in the crowd was like, bro,
yeah,
he about to
that's
knock Jake out.
true. That's true. I just thought like Chavez was on like that Devin Haney mode. When Devin barely threw a punch that one round. Like shit like that. But no, I get man. This is scripted, bro.
This is
Some
baloney,
WWE
bro.
shit right
This is
here, man.
baloney.
Fuck. They've been fucking robbing the bank.
I'm actually pissed, bro. I ain't gonna lie. If that document is real, that rap just showed us, man, Jake Paul need to get out of here, bro. AJ need to break the contract and spark him. That's what he need to do. Fuck the money.
AJ, if he does that, AJ probably got to pay a fine and all that shit. And
Let him pay. But this is boxing on
God
the line, bro.
That's crazy, man.
This is
That's
insanity.
fucking crazy. That Jake Paul is a circus fight, man. That is
The
crazy.
look. The only way I will give AJ credit is if he boxed him 8 rounds, but he beat the shit out of him. 8 rounds. You know what I mean? Like he pulverized him. That's the only way I'll give Jake.
Okay, if AJ plays this game, yeah, and AJ carries this guy, would you guys agree that boxing is sellout? They're selling us out. Would you agree that?
Oh yeah, that's straight up.
Would you agree that
Damn,
boxers are sellouts, Brendan?
This is fucked up, man. This fucked up, bro.
Man, look, man, that shit, yeah, man. If that's real, then. But look, we've seen Floyd and go with his brother in an 8-rounder, and they went the whole 8 rounds and shit like that. Floyd made sure he had a backup. He couldn't do what he usually does. Like this is a novice. I gotta make sure people are watching. I don't want to stop him or something. Even though they're gonna scream and shit, but he got to make sure. There's probably a contract just like that in the works too, where Floyd couldn't stop him or make him look like a fucking little kid or some shit. So, man.
Bruh, Jake better be.
I'm believing it. I'm believing that shit, bro. Like, that's crazy. And if Jake Paul does,
if this
if
fight
Jake Paul
goes
does
like
go
that,
8 rounds with him, then yeah, it does. It clearly if it's going
this is
8
what
rounds,
I'll say, rap to that. If this fight goes like this, I'm never watching another Jake Paul fight again. I swear, I'm never watching it. I don't care what the hype is. I don't care what the fuck they talking about or who they facing. I will never watch another fucking Jake Paul fight because I know it's gonna be some fake contract behind contract shit. It's not gonna be no real boxing. But he's on these platforms talking like he's a real boxer, but he got contracts to say, if this is true, to say you can't knock me out. We got to go to full 8, this and that. That's trash. Nobody got fucking time for that shit, bro.
boy, that's what it is, man. That's what it sounds
He
like.
got everybody hyped up thinking this was
That's
gonna
what
be a
it sounds.
real
So, okay,
fight.
let me ask you this then.
Tank Davis was
So let
gonna
me
do
ask
the
you
same
guys
thing.
this. Let me ask everybody in the chat the same thing, bro. If Joshua don't knock him out, would you guys agree that it's trash? It's all fixed. Is that what it is?
Bro, if AJ
Rap.
don't spark him, I'm never watching a
Rap.
Jake Paul fight.
At this point, I feel like Tank Davis agreed to that same shit.
That's
it's gonna
what I
go
was
8
gonna
rounds.
say. This makes sense for the Tank Davis fight. This makes perfect sense.
I mean, to me, it sounds like Tank Davis is looking at it, and it's going 8 rounds. If they're fighting 8 to 10 rounds or something, clearly he can't knock him out. It's going the whole 8 rounds, So
come on, Tank, don't do us like this, baby. This is crazy. This crazy, dog.
Hey, at this point, man, this. I'm believing it, bro. Like, I wouldn't be surprised Tank Davis just, like, man, fuck this shit. I'm not gonna, he kind of disagreed with this or something, like, because that's crazy, man. That's fucking crazy. But this is boxing. I mean, I guess for the money, something, man. This shit's gonna make money somehow. But this shit right here, yeah, man. I always hear it. and some of them fights, I'm not saying that him beating Woodley and these MMA fighters like Anderson Silva, nah, even the Anderson Silva looked close as fuck. But when you're bringing something like this and it's going like this, it reminds me when his brother went 8 rounds with Floyd, and I'm like, man, Floyd ain't that old. Floyd could fuck his ass up. Like he was just
That's what
doing
I
this
said.
for the fans. But no,
Floyd
there
was
was a clause
playing, and
to it. There could have been a clause
Floyd was
to it.
playing, and you got idiots in the comments talking about, did you see how Logan was punching on Floyd? These niggas are stupid, bruh. Are you serious? Stop fucking playing. These niggas are dumb, bro, and this shit is annoying sometimes.
Hey, and this
But
is the
these
same.
fans are stupid.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And this is the same Logan Paul who fought Dylan Dennis, Conor McGregor's fucking sparring buddy who does jiu-jitsu, a jiu-jitsu guy, and Logan couldn't even drop him. So clearly
Right.
Floyd was taking and this is a guy who's small too, who fights smaller like Floyd in the small division. So clearly Floyd was really taking it easy on fucking Logan, bro. Clearly it was. This was scripted already. Like Floyd already knew he had it scripted out. Like, okay, we doing it. All right, that's fine for me.
And they
I'm getting
probably
the
have
bag.
like a and then they probably have like an NDA or something in the contract to where you can't speak out about it.
Yup, exactly.
Because
And
you know
also,
he's had
yep, that's
11,
right.
12
Also, they
opponents.
got that NDA. They ain't speaking about it. They just
Yeah,
taking their money and doing it. And wasn't that pay-per-view him and Floyd and Logan? Wasn't that pay-per-view? If
I
I'm
think
not
so. Yeah,
mistaken. But yeah,
I'm not sure.
I'm thinking it was. I'm not sure, but if it was, then yeah, they Floyd robbed the bag on that shit, but because it wasn't even a pro fight, but still, he got paid, and then the way, like I said, man, if Logan couldn't drop a fucking jujitsu guy in a boxing ring,
Yeah,
clearly Floyd was taking it so much easy, man. Like it wasn't. Floyd was really taking it easy on the man. Clearly he was like that it was scripted. It sounds, now that Rap showed me that, like, yeah, man, that just sounds like maybe something Floyd did, bro.
AJ got to break the contract. He got to say fuck the contract and do this shit for boxing, nigga. He got to do this shit for boxing. If he don't, any other, like I'm telling you, unless he pulverized Jake to the point to where Jake takes a knee, like it might not even be in the contract. He just break his will and make Jake tap out. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like
look, man,
he
I
got to
said,
pulverize Jake.
look, man, like I said, Jake, even if he says, like, yeah, like I said, Ngannou said it, he got his glass chin and shit like that too, but Ngannou got knocked out because AJ was on his shit. He wasn't turning, he was making sure he turned every stone over and everything when he was on his fucking training and shit. He's gonna do the same thing, yeah, Jake. But at the same time, he he's probably just going 8 rounds, because if it's scripted to go 8 rounds, he's getting paid for it. Then yeah, man, we might see this go 8 rounds. Which is crazy, man. Which is fucking crazy, man. Now I'm thinking about that, because I mean, Floyd and Logan was not a pro fight, so
So let me ask you this: do you think in boxing there has been many people that I've known that have been approached? Forget about this kind of big fake talk. Is a fighter being approached to take a knee? And it's happened in the past. Certain fighters have
I
said that
mean,
they got approached by people to not win the fight. How do you
I
think that
mean,
would go? And do you think that that exists? And does it
I
still
mean,
exist? Because
I
I
we
mean,
know
believe
that
that.
let
existed.
me tell you
We know
something.
those things existed many years ago in many documentaries.
Let
I
me
was
tell
gonna
you
say,
something right now.
have you
Let me
seen
tell
the
you.
movie Daredevil? Hold on, wait, real fast. Have you seen the movie Daredevil, y'all?
Oh yeah,
You remember in the beginning when his pops, what was his name, Murdoch or something? He was a boxer and he got
oh
approached by the
yeah,
mob niggas and they told him to lose the fight or whatever. And he looked at the crowd in the fight and said, "Fuck that," and beat the shit out of the dude and knocked him out. And then they looked at him, gave him the wink, and they actually killed him. That's when the son became Daredevil. Yeah, like that shit happens.
yeah, man. I mean, look, bro, we have an incident right now in the UFC when someone looked like he threw a fight. So and couple of people were tweeting, fighters were tweeting like, "Oh yeah, I've been approached for this and this." So, but they deleted quick because all FBI shit something. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's still happening right now. And it's not like it was the top fighters. It was prelim fighters fighting on fight nights. The prelim fighters who not making over 50K or barely making that. You know, they're probably getting approached, be like, hey, throw this fight and you'll get paid, 300K or some shit. You know, they're gonna get a bag for throwing a fight where if they even win the fight, they're
You know
not
what you
even
gotta
making that.
you
So
know what you gotta pay
I
attention to,
believe
bro?
it, man. I believe that shit.
You know what you gotta pay attention to, bro?
No, I
Pay
just want to
attention.
say this, bro. I watched the documentary, The Phantom Punch. And I don't know if Muhammad Ali connected on the first fight of Sonny Liston. I can't see it. I mean, that punch, with the fight where he had the Phantom Punch. I watched that fight and I can't see the punch land. But somebody says that Sonny Liston had to go round in that round because the Mafia had the control of that fight.
That's true. It could be, bro. Shit.
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it, sometimes? I'm not saying Ali wouldn't have beat him up anyway, but still, they wanted to call the round and when it would be. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah. That's just crazy though. I do believe that though. People getting paid. And it's not like big, like I'm saying, it's not the big motherfuckers making money. It's the ones that ain't making that money. It's the prelim fighters that probably like fucking not even making that much to feed their fam and shit, So
Yeah.
to me, it could be them type of fighters that getting.
Look, you think about this, yeah? And I'm going to give you guys an example. If you know you're going in a tough fight, you might even lose anyway, you're going to lose. And you've got a family member. And just say you're my family, yeah? You're my bro. And I say, listen, bro, go put your life savings on the second round. I'm going down. And you go put your life savings on the second round, me getting knocked out. And you can get 8 times your money. And you go put 200 G's on there, yeah? You go come out with 1.8 million.
I believe that happens.
You don't tell me that don't happen, bro.
Yeah.
We
no,
already
I
know
believe
that happens.
Yeah. That's crazy.
For reals.
What I was gonna say is
But it'd have to happen in an undercover fight where you won't be able to tell. We know the guy's not meant to win anyway. You know what I mean? So it won't affect the crowd. It won't make people think anything, you know?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. That UFC shit happened in a fight night card, and I think it was a prelim fighter who did that shit. So
it's like you're my mate round 1, and you say to me, rap, fuck it, rap. My next fight, I'm going down in round 3. Put the money on it, and I'll go behind the scenes. I'm not related to you. There's no certainty. We're not related that way. They can't connect us. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And I'll go put 250 grand on that, and I'll come and give you 100 grand when I finish. Another 150 grand in your pocket.
Basically, rap. Basically, just like that. And that's just what just kind of taints the sport, bro. Because you feel, I'm watching fights from the prelims on too, so I don't even want to watch shit like that. Like
it's like
fight.
now. If we could suggest what round AJ's really gonna knock him out, we'd make money, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why everybody.
But if we could ever dream that Jake Paul's gonna go the distance, we'd make so much money, couldn't we?
True. Yep.
Man, come on, bro.
That's true. That's fucking true, bro.
Watch the people that after this fight happens, watch the people in the business pretend like this was a real fight. That'll be what tells me a lot of this shit is true. Like the in between the lines shit. You gotta read between the lines. The people that are gonna go about this, and after this happens, if somebody doesn't get knocked out, like we know, come on now. And I'm not saying Jake Paul's not a great fighter, but if this is a real fight, this should not go past 3 rounds.
I mean, in reality, every boxing fans that this fight should not go more than 3 rounds. But imagine if this fight is a draw and it's rigged behind the scenes and it's 17-1. 17-1. I put 100 grand. I'm getting 1.7 million. Come on, bro.
Oh my dude, that'll be fucking
Yeah.
insane.
They could be acting. Man, I don't know, man. I just think that if he gets knocked out, then people say, nah, it was real. That's it, yeah? If Jake Paul gets knocked out, then they're going to say it's real. You
Yeah.
get it? You know what I mean? That's how I see it, bro. At the end of the day, there's too much fuckery going on. And it's just weird. This whole energy is weird, bro. You see Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua sitting there, and Anthony Joshua saying, I want to do business with Jake Paul in the future. I appreciate Jake Paul. We can make a lot of money together. It's a good little opportunity. It's like they got a fucking business plan, man, the way they're talking. What the fuck you talking about, bro?
Yeah. That's
It's
why
meant to
he
be a
was
fucking fight, bro.
Could happen. Shit. At this
So what
point,
happened to Tim Tszyu? Has anybody found the fight?
Let me see what's going on.
Anybody found the fight with Tim Tszyu, bro?
Anthony Velasquez.
That's crazy. It's $60 for that shit over there, man. That's crazy. I don't even think we can see it out here, can we? Like, what the fuck? I don't even know where do you see that shit. It's not even showing it on anything else.
Do you think they did that on purpose?
I mean, maybe they're trying. I think it's just they're trying to attract the Australian market, maybe trying to grow it or something. I don't know, man. They're trying to do something. So, trying to see if it works. I don't know if it's working like that though.
What do we know about that guy he's fighting?
Well, I didn't know he was fighting. So I'm like, wait, he's fighting, and I didn't even know who's he fighting too. So I'm just thinking like, who's he fighting? And like, I didn't even know it's right now. I guess the card started and shit. I don't know if it's the main card or the prelims, but it started. And look, people still can't find a fight.
He's 18. He's 18-0.
Hey, let me tell you something. If you're giving me 150 million and you tell me that I can't breach the contract and that I need to carry Jake Paul to the 8th round, I'm gonna do my best not to breach that contract. Am I stupid?
Facts.
Am I gonna
Absolutely.
fuck the fucking bread up? No, I'm not.
Yeah,
not
versus
fucking
getting
that.
like
Maybe that's what happened with Conor McGregor and Mayweather. They said to Mayweather, you got to at least let the fight go around for the first 8 rounds. After that, you
What
can
I
do
heard
what you got
was
to do.
Mayweather betted on himself, and he betted for the 10th round for the TKO, and he got it. So he made money off that shit.
Yo, nobody wants to pay for Tim Tszyu fight. That's why no stream is showing it. Because if anybody paid for it in the first place, then that person would stream it. Even the streamer doesn't want to pay for it to show it to the rest of the street people.
Man, see, that's the thing. They gotta try to like build their they gotta pay for these fights, man. I'm over here paying for
Tim Tszyu got
fucking
everybody on lockdown.
Pitbull and Roach. I'm
the
over
And
guy
that's
that
all
here
right,
he's
paying for
people.
fighting.
You'll
Look,
find the fight in YouTube in about 10 minutes after the fight. So you'll have
yeah,
to wait.
the guy that he's fighting looks like he's technically sound, but he looks like he's
Mm.
fought a lot of local fights. Like I'm talking about in ballroom.
Not happening, mate.
Then he fought.
Remember
Then
when
he fought
Keith Thurman
someone.
went to Australia and fought that Jarvis guy, Brock Jarvis, and he just came with a knockout. People think Tim Tszyu was back. I'm like, come on, man. That was a Brock Jarvis who fought at 140. Yeah, man. Like
Yeah, but he
Australia,
was
man.
talking shit though. Yeah, but
Well,
Brock
yeah, he
Jarvis was
was,
talking
but
a lot of
it
shit.
was
He
just
was
not the.
talking a lot of shit. He was a show up, Keith. Don't get hurt. He said your time is up. You too old. He was talking shit like he the young bull. And nigga knocked his ass out. So, I mean,
Look, it's funny because I wouldn't have expected Keith to do that, but then at the same time, this guy was tiny though. He shouldn't have been fighting at that way. And they were talking about he wanted to fight Tim Tszyu as well and shit. I'm like, yeah, nah.
yeah, but Brock Jarvis had some size on him, bro. He was, he was pretty stocky for his size. A lot of people in these highlight comments were saying Anthony Velasquez fought bums. So basically, Tim Tszyu should handle this guy pretty well. Basically, this is like this guy's shot. This is like Anthony Velasquez's shot at Tim Tszyu, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of Anthony's fights have been in ballrooms.
Yeah. But I can't find that. The Tim Tszyu's fight is not easy to find, bro. Nobody can find that. Because it's costing, I think it's costing 50 quid. That's like $75, $80.
Hell
For a quick Tim Tszyu fight, bro.
yeah, that's way too much.
Man. Tim Tszyu not on DAZN, is he?
I don't think for this fight. I don't know.
No, he not on
he's this
DAZN
one.
anyway. He wasn't on DAZN anyway. He not on DAZN.
Who was he?
He never was on DAZN, bro. But yeah, back to the fucking thing, bro. It's mad, man. Terence Crawford retired. A lot
he
of
was
fans
with
are mad.
PBC. Yeah.
A lot of fans are mad. But you guys were mad when he was in the sport. Make your mind up, bro. Yeah?
Yeah.
He got a lot of fans all out here buckled up. People are buckled up out here, bro. They're still not happy. Well, even if he beat Canelo again, you ain't going to be... What are you going to be? You're going to be more angry. You're saving yourself some pain. You get what I'm saying? These people out here, they're screaming up, nah, man, we want the rematch. You didn't want the rematch. You just saying that because he retired.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't none of you want no fights.
Trying to make it seem like he ducking.
I can't find Tim Tszyu Australia card. What about Nonito Donaire? Nonito Donaire's fighting on a card, yeah? And we don't even know where he's fighting, bro. Where's he gone to fight? Where the fuck is Nonito fighting, bro? Fucking hell. We can't even find Nonito Donaire's fights, bro. It's not working. So Nonito's fighting as well today. Shit.
How do you
So
spell
what
his,
is Nonito fighting for? A belt?
How do you spell his name?
Tell him, Castro. Tell him, Castro.
Hey, what's going on?
No, we can't. We don't even
bud.
know that Nonito's fighting, Tim Tszyu's fighting, but none of these people can find the channel.
Hey, y'all hear me?
Yep.
Yeah, can you hear me?
I don't hear shit at a StreamYard. Yeah,
What,
I wouldn't
can you hear
shit
me?
at a StreamYard for a second. Yes,
Yo,
I
yo,
can hear you.
Can you hear me, yeah?
Yeah,
we can't
you
hear
there?
you, bro.
Yep.
Come back out and come
Hey.
back in.
All right.
Yo, can you hear him, radio?
Yeah, I can hear him, but
I
think
can
he
hear
got
him, but he can't hear us.
Yeah, or he got a delay or some shit. Yeah, come back out and try it again. Here you go.
Yo,
Yeah.
can you hear me? Yo, mic check. Can anybody hear me?
Yep, I can hear you.
Okay. So the Donaire card started 2.5 hours ago. So what? Donaire fought already or what? Did Donaire fight already or what? Can you hear me now, Castro?
Yeah, I can hear you too, though. You good.
Castro,
Hey, you there?
can you hear us?
You there?
Yep.
Yes.
Yes, I can hear you. My bad. My bad. I can hear you.
You know, do you know where
I
Nonito
don't-
Donaire? Do you know what channel Nonito Donaire is fighting on? He's fighting now.
No, I don't know what channel Tim Tszyu's fighting on. I don't know what channel Nonito's fighting on. I can't even talk about.
Somebody is streaming it on it's K Brader TV. I don't know what part of the fight it is, but they're streaming something. He got 296,000 subs.
Hey, tell him I feel different. Gotta tell him I deal with it. Count it up and I count again just to make sure that I feel missing. 2020 got good vision. And my lane on the road to riches. 12 years I put in work and wondering how I still win. Hey, tell him I feel different. Gotta tell him I deal with it. Count it up and I count again.
You talk your shit, Castro.
No, I just came to talk about Bud's career. I ain't come to
Yeah,
hate.
talk about it, bro.
I came to come up here and talk about him retiring. I'm chilling. I had a long day today. I ain't got the energy for the hate today.
Yeah, but
I came up here to just show support and fucking talk about him retiring, bro. He had a good career and shit. He ain't obligated to nothing. It's a case of what's right and what's legal. Or, you know what I'm saying? What's right is him giving the rematch. What's legal, what gets him out of the courtroom is like Punch and other people said, he's not obligated to give us anything. You know what I'm saying? Like legally, he's not. Contractually, he's not. So it's just a classic case of what's right and what's legal on him exiting. He had a good career and all. You know, he took the easiest routes, undisputed. He got 3 times undisputed, but I think maybe the first time he really worked for it, but the last 2 times he did not. EJ did all the leg work, and then in this case, Canelo did all the leg work. He had 1 belt in hand and then fought 1 fight and got the other 3 on 2 occasions. So that needs to be looked at and considered as well. But yeah, he was a good fighter, bro. Like, he's a once every other generational talent. It'll take another 10 years plus to see his mind and intelligence and his vastness and his switching the characters and toggling in between them in the rounds, toggling in between those characters in the fight. It's going to take 10 years plus. Because even if you look at Boots and Virgil, who are 10 years behind him, they still don't operate like Bud. They're still not as slick and as his guile as Bud is. So there's your 10-year mark right there, you know, with Virgil and fucking Boots and whoever else is in that age group. But yeah, I ain't come on here to bash Bud, dog. I had a long day and I ain't had near enough alcohol to fucking bash Bud today. But I do want that rematch. Y'all heard me scream for that fucking rematch. And I think on Warrior Code and by honor, he owes Canelo that rematch. He outscored Canelo by 14 punches. That was it, bro. Everybody talking about how Canelo got his ass whooped and he beat him up so easily and Bud ran right through him. Well, if that's the case, how come we can't see the rematch for nothing for 50 mil or 80 mil? Why's it got to be 100? That's what I'm saying. That's why I got bent out of shape there at the end. I was a Bud fan. I frowned on it whenever he fucking ducked Fundora to take this fight when he ran across to the UFC and hunted Sheik down and said, no, I need this Canelo fight with 10 fights, with 10 days left for the Fundora deadline. So I remember all that. But ever since I seen him do that, duck Fundora, I kind of been frowning on him. I didn't abandon ship on him, but I did frown on him. And I did doubt him in the Canelo fight. But, you know, kudos to him, man. He fucking outscored Canelo by 4. Yeah, go ahead. I land right there.
You made some good points, but also we have to look at it from Bud's perspective. Does he owe the fight to the fans? Because did the fans respect him? They were cursing the fuck out of him too. And also, if you get that kind of money, have you never seen many other fighters in the past go take a break and come back for another big one when they've been wanted and missed, and then the promotions want to put a big fight together? Do you maybe not think that this might not be the retirement?
Well, if it's not
this is a good play.
Go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say I agree with Rap. It's a good play because whether if he's retiring for good or not, I agree. Like, people are really gonna be like wanting that fantasy fight. They're really gonna put that bag up to get him out of retirement. So it's a good play.
If it's not it'll just like you said, it's a play. If it's not a retirement, it is a play and a duck just to get out of this situation and buy time. So I was gonna type this earlier, but I'll say this line real quick. If Bud comes back 18 months or sooner, announces the fight 18 months or sooner, it's a duck, like officially. Like, if he takes a year and a half off and realizes, you know what, I need the sport and comes back, I'll be lenient on him.
I'll agree with that. But
if he comes back less than a year, announces a fight in a year, clear duck.
I agree because he fights once a year anyway. So I will agree with that. Like, if he comes back next year out of retirement and be like, bro, you fight once a year anyway. Like, you could have just been chilling.
Right. And real quick, I'll say this and I'll go on mute again. I think that's why he can't commit to the rematch. I think with his schedule, his fight schedule over the last decade, him needing his time to do whatever, and him pick what day and what part of the year he wants to fight. I think that's in part of him calling the retirement as well, because maybe his schedule or his rest and recoup or recovery or his crank up and charge up time doesn't concur with when Canelo wants to fight. So that may be a factor as well. I mean, there's just so many factors and dates, and maybe why Canelo pushed it back. You know what I mean? Like, who knows? Let's say David Benavidez and them wasn't fighting. Let's say that would have concurred with Bud's schedule, his natural body schedule, fighting in May. You know what I'm saying? That could be a difference too. But David and Zerda were fighting on that day, so Canelo tried to push it back. He pushed it back from May to September, and that would benefited Canelo because Bud will be damn near 39. He'll be over 39 or damn near 39, next September. So I don't know. Like I said, though, I'll say this: it's a case of what's right and what's legal. On Warrior Code, he really owes a rematch to Canelo, but contractually, business-wise, all other aspects, he doesn't owe anybody shit. He can walk off the job site and have no ties and doesn't have to look back.
The question is Canelo really game for that rematch, though?
I think he is. I think he is because now he's familiar. He knows exactly what he's dealing with, and he's got it calibrated. Before he had no idea. And you know what? I'll say this, because if they say Canelo did shy away from those styles for so long and stayed away from the fighters who move, then him seeing it and for the first time dealing with it and going through it, like, I have a feeling he does have a chance to win in the second fight, because if he was scared of it and there was some sort of type of fear there, he faded already. He went 12 and there's a resurgence there. So for him calling that rematch, that says something to me. Like, you know what I'm saying? He does, like, he feels like he's familiar with it and he got past whatever he needed to get past. And now he wants to try again. And I think Bud doesn't want to try again. Bud doesn't want to have to go through that again. He doesn't want to have to get in the best shape of his life and have to fight the fight of his life again this late in his career. Even if he's had the easy road, like people say, he's still 38, 39 years old with 40 fights. So, yeah.
I already know a lot of people have gone chasing around looking for the Tim Tszyu fight. I see a lot of people are looking for that fight out there online right now. And Nonito Donaire fighting too, yeah?
Yeah, they're both fighting on the same card. Nonito's fighting for a belt, and I don't think Tim Tszyu fights for a belt. I don't think so. I know one thing though, real quick, Rap. Tim Tszyu's opponent is being coached by someone like in the YouTube community, like basically. So like,
really?
Yes, wow. There's this dude named Coach Bermudez. He's in the community here in the YTBC, but he's had 2 losses. So this is a really big fight for him. You know what I'm saying? There'll be 3 losses in a row on screen and in the community. If Tim Tszyu knocks this dude out or beats this dude up, it'll be 3 embarrassments in a row for this coach here in the community. I don't know, just some little fucking YouTube shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
His name's Bermudez. His name's Coach Bermudez. And
Yeah,
like I said, he's lost the past 2. He lost 2 fights on a pro box, and then he's fighting this fight in Australia versus Tim Tszyu. So we're gonna see what it do, man.
Oh, he's on the YTBC, yeah?
Yeah. He's in the community.
Okay.
But anyhow.
Yo, Pound for Pound says we can't get Nonito Donaire semi-retired fighter online. Sia and Sparks are fighting now. I mean, the next couple of days, man, we got Anthony Joshua going in the ring with fucking Jake Paul. I don't even know what to think. But we are getting that.
Hey, we got to remember that contract or that printout that you showed, or that piece of paper you showed with those.
Yeah, but that's from a boxing manager. That's from a boxing manager saying that's contracts that he's seen before.
Okay. I thought that was supposedly leaked out, and those were the terms.
That's contracts that he's seen before.
But I was still going to take it as a rumor, though. I still wasn't going to take it as in stone. I was still going to just take it being up in the air, but to consider it when the fight unfolded.
Yeah, to even know it has documents like that.
Yeah.
How the fuck that white boy Jake Paul thinks he's getting in the ring with a fucking beast like AJ and expect to beat him?
Hey,
I mean, come on, we all been seeing that there's a puncher's chance, or you could
hey,
put poison in a man.
real
Yeah,
quick,
this is
I
a
was telling.
spectacle.
Hold on, I'll say this, and I'll go on mute real quick. My bad, homie. I was saying this round one earlier. He's a one MMA fan or whatever, and he watches one MMA. And I noticed over there they're allowed to use PEDs, and they have a lot of in the moment recovery, meaning that at times they get tired or they get hurt and they get dazed, they have the ability to bounce back and recover like through tremendous
Super fast.
punishment in the moment. So I'm saying, like, I'm gonna pay attention to that in this fight, in the Jake Paul and AJ fight. I'm gonna see how Jake reacts to him getting hurt, or what he does when he gets hit flush with good punches, what his body does and how his recovery is in that aspect. You know, and that'll kind of tell us exactly, that'll give me a gauge exactly how heavy or what exactly, not exactly he's taking, listen to me over here, but more or less like if he's pushing it to the limit or not. You know what I'm saying? If he's up through the roof, like on a one championship level as far as the PEDs goes, you know, because these aren't sanctioned fights. These are fights in his house, his promotion, his studio. So, you know, no telling what he's taking. And I'm not trying to diss or throw shade. I'm just giving some facts here. You know what I'm saying? This isn't a WBC belt. This is a Misfits promotion event. He owns Misfits promotion. He's the CEO. He's a chairman. He cuts the checks. So, you know, you got to consider that too. So, like I said, man, just pay attention to the in the moment recovery when AJ hits Jake Paul. I'll land there.
That's mad. Pound for Pound says, like they told us Tyson was going to be a real fight and Chavez Jr. was the best fight. He was just robbing the bank.
I'll say what I'll say this about Jake Paul. I've noticed on his cards, he has like on his fight cards, he has a different character in every position, meaning that like he'll have a black fighter, a white fighter, a fighter that surfs, a fighter that plays soccer, a fighter that's a musician. He'll have every fighter will be a totally different extreme of character to apply to a different audience. And I see that's really worked out for him. Like he'll have the Indian fighter, he'll have the Filipino guy, he'll have the punk rocker guy. You know what I'm saying? He'll have all kinds of an array of characters on his cards, and I see that benefits him because I see it. How do you say? You appeal to a wider variety of audiences like that versus just having white and black, you know, black and Mexican, you know, white on white or whatever it may be. Just keeping the card simple and the reveal simple like that on those fight cards. They're all characters. I've noticed it. Hey, I'll say this too, since there's a little bit of dead air. That Holly Holm fight versus that younger Mexicana that fought, that worked out very good for them. They got to bring a vet back, you know what I mean? In Holly Holm, 42 or 43 or however old she is. She had a good outing. She won. And the young star, the Mexicana, she didn't get punished. She didn't get embarrassed, and she could still fight on. You know what I'm saying? It worked out good for Jake Paul that day, that matchmaker. The young Mexicana, she was like 22 or 23, or she was a little too young to be in there with Holly Holm, to be honest. But it was still a badass fight. And Holly Holm, the vet, got the win. But they're gonna ask for the Mexicana to come back because it was such a good fight. So just I noticed that too. That worked out good. He stung that day on that Holly Holm and the young Mexican chick, bro. He hit dice that day. That worked out very good for him because he can still sell both characters. Both characters didn't lose any fucking value or fucking appeal to anybody.
Now, realistically, can Anthony Joshua carry Jake Paul and then go into a massive mega fight with Tyson Fury? Would that give it the right momentum? Or would that even feel like for him to go Jake Paul 8 rounds and then go with Tyson Fury, he'd probably be a big underdog in the fight now.
You're saying if AJ wins but goes 12, that he'll be a big underdog in the Fury fight?
If he goes all the distance with Jake Paul, how's the energy looking going into a Tyson Fury fight?
If it's a hard fight, then it might put AJ as an underdog. But if AJ make it look like easy, you know what I'm saying, or he do what he need to do, then it might work out for AJ. Because the whole boxing world is expecting AJ to flatline him. You know what I mean?
We don't know what's going to happen. This is, man, it's funny because they say this is a circus, and it's kind of like, I understand that because you absolutely don't know what's going to happen. Is it going to be a real fight, a stage fight? I mean, is somebody not going to show? Like, I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen because there's somewhat, like I said, dog, Jake Paul's a CEO, but he's fighting in the ring, but he's cutting the checks. It's his promotion. It's his house. It's his property. I mean, you know what I'm saying? There ain't no sanctions involved or nothing, so you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what the underlining tones are. You don't know what the understandings are. We don't know none of that until it unfolds. Shit. But okay, hold on really quick. What do y'all think about that Wilder next fight and Wilder possibly overlooking his opponent and talking about the Usyk fight? Not saying he's overselling and over talking about the Usyk fight, but what are the real chances of Wilder even beating it's not Miller. It's
Chisora.
Chisora, yes, sir, that's him. Like, what are the odds on that? Everybody's just been talking about the odds and the chances of fucking Wilder beating Usyk, but what are is Wilder really going to get past Chisora? Like, what are those odds?
In my honest opinion, and I'm Bronze Bomber, baby, I don't think so, because Chisora is used to getting punched in the face, brawling, bloody, mauling it out. He's used to that shit. He's used to that, slugging all night. Man, he gonna mangle Wilder up. Wilder need to do leg day, bro.
I think Wilder has a chance because of the wars he's been in and like how many he's been in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, Chisora has a lot of hard wars on him, like more than he needs to, and it shows on him when he walks around. You can see it and hear it in his speech. So I'm saying I give Wilder a chance in this fight. I do, and I listen real quick though, and then I'll go real quick. And also the Wilder and Usyk fight, that'll be the first time Wilder is not the smaller man in that fight. So I think that may resurge or bring up a confidence that we ain't seen in a while in Wilder, just because he's not the smaller man in there like he has been in the past few fights. You know what I'm saying? Just to look out for that if and when he does fight Usyk. Usyk will be smaller than Wilder. And like I said, when was the last time we seen Wilder in there with a smaller opponent?
Why is Wilder even fighting Derek Chisora? Derek Chisora is very durable. You don't want to fuck with Derek Chisora because he's the kind of person that takes a lot out of you, win or lose.
The last person Wilder fought on BLK Prime was hella small, bro. You remember that dude? I don't know what his name was.
You want to hear my honest? Go ahead. Yeah. When he's done, I want to give him my honest opinion on that.
No. Go ahead.
I think because those are the two that are honestly the closest out the door, Rap, if you really look at it from a bird's eye view. We just talked about how many wars Chisora's been in, how many draws and, rematches with draws with no results and what it costed him. And you look at Wilder, what he's been through. So, this is really like, it's not even a battle of the gatekeepers. It's like, I don't know. It's like I guess it's a battle of the last people to consider, like not necessarily take serious, but this is the battle to who's going to be considered still number 10 or 15 on them. I mean, think about it. Like I said, take a bird's eye view at the people who are involved with Wilder and Chisora and where they're at in their careers and stuff and what they've been through. It's kind of like, I mean, I'm not going to say it's like one of y'all got to go, but hell. But still, regardless, though, and I'll say this too. I think Usyk chose Wilder to kind of bless his game and bless his resume because that's all he's going to do. Usyk, you know, Wilder getting Usyk on his resume, win or lose, it still looks good on paper, and that should inspire other fucking fighters who come behind Wilder to try to surpass Wilder's resume. You know, you got the 20 title defenses, and then whoever else you want to brag about on there, and then you add Usyk. So, you know, it's really a blessing is why I call it. Like, even if Wilder loses, he's not expected to win. It's still a blessing for Wilder's resume. And like, you know what I'm saying? You can take just add that to Wilder's accolades. And then you think about the next fighter who comes up who was inspired by Wilder. That will just make that person being inspired by Wilder to push even farther. Like, even if he's lost, even if they counted him down and out, the best guy's calling me out. Okay, you know what? I'll still take that fight as well. You know what I mean? Even when they called me out and said I was through it, had no business fighting, I'll still take that fight. So that's why I say I think Usyk called him out. Not called him out. I think Usyk said he wants to fight Wilder as like almost a respect badge. Like, you know what? He showed he's willing to die. It's him and Ruiz left in my class. And the people who came up with me, like Wilder and Ruiz, the only people they say that I ain't fought. Parker failed a drug test. He's out of the run-ins apparently. So, yeah, man. I just think I think Usyk picked Wilder to bless his game, man. Like, really, like, out of respect and like a badge of honor. And, that's all I gotta say about that, bro, about the Wilder and Usyk.
I think if he's gonna rematch any of these guys, I think he need to really get into some serious training, like all the things that we heard about Wilder in training. You know what I'm saying? Him not wanting to do certain shit. I think if we really, and I'm being an honest fan, like, if we really want to see Wilder contend in today's time, because this isn't 2016, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If we want to see Wilder compete in today's time, he's gonna have to get with the trainer and do shit like boxers do. He's gonna have to do all the shit that he don't want to do. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think we're gonna see that. I think we're gonna keep seeing kind of what we're seeing, and not to say he's not gonna try. You know what I'm saying? Because I always give Wilder a puncher's chance because he can line that right hand up. Like, he was landing the right hand on even Zhang. He was landing the right hand. It just wasn't doing nothing. So I'm not gonna say, or you know how Zhang was just kind of slipping him, just kind of taking some of the steam off. But like, if we want to see Wilder really contend, he's gonna have to get with the trainer and he's gonna have to listen to them.
If he's not gonna get another trainer, he needs to come in. I feel he needs to come in a little heavier. Him coming in at two. I always say this, and I'm tired of saying it, but him coming in at 212 like Ali did, that wasn't near heavy enough versus these new age opponents for their size, what they bring nowadays. So I felt like he always needed to be 225 or 230, and he always came in at 212. So if he's not gonna fucking get another trainer and want to reach out and do what you said, at least come in a little heavier and try to like work on that. Because if you think about it, look how good Terrence did. You know, Terrence went up, he bulked up, and he beat Canelo. So
Yeah.
That's gotta, like, he's got to at least consider or think about that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, that was it. He needs to come in a little heavier. I say 225, 230. And if he fights this guy, if he works on, listen real quick, and then I'll end it. But if he fights Chisora a little heavier,
keep it going. I'm about to do something. I'll be right back. Keep it going.
Okay. If he fights Chisora and works on that weight, that bulk up, and and plays with the 225, 230 range or whatever, and uses Chisora as like a halfway point for Usyk, it'll benefit him. But he's got to map it out like that, and he's got to map his workout plan like that and his training out like that. As if Chisora is the halfway point to him bulking up and feeling comfortable with more weight.
What do you say to the people that say this fight is not as meaningful anymore? This fight don't have the substance. What do you say to the people that are hating on Deontay Wilder to even get the fight?
I'll go back to the Ruiz and Wilder argument and how Usyk realizes that Wilder showed he's willing to die in there for it. I'll say no. And with Usyk's age as well, he's 39 or something. And, he's trying to beat everybody in his class. And like I said, if Parker is in there that he didn't fight, but for whatever reasons they didn't fight, but they're valid reasons they didn't fight. You know what I mean? For whatever reason or another, it wasn't like one or the other ducked them or whatever. They just didn't line up. And then Parker fell on his drug test, so that takes him out of the running. He suspended or whatever. Kind of saved Usyk or scratched him off the list, nullified him. So that's what I would say, Rapstar. That, I mean, Usyk's realizing these two guys are the only guys left in their class, and he recognized Wilder's willing to die for it, and he commends it, and he honors that, and he's like, you know what, I want to be in the ring with that. I'll give him a chance if he wants to fight me.
Go ahead, Fight Sports. What do you think of that?
Yeah, I got a few more minutes, and I'm the biggest Usyk fan, so I, of course, wanted to comment on this. I've got nothing but love for Usyk. I think he's the best fighter of this era, and his resume is the best of this era. But this fight, it makes absolutely no sense, and it's also out of character for Usyk because when, as a New Zealander, of course, I wanted to see the Joseph Parker fight. When he said he was injured, I believed him because Usyk's never ducked anybody. But that him dancing at the clubs a week later was strange, and then he vacated his belt, so I don't think he ever wanted to fight Parker. And then to fight Wilder, who is completely shot and he's won 2 out of his last 6 fights or something ridiculous. I can understand why he's doing it because he gets to say that he beat all of the guys who were champion when he moved up. But it's just such an irrelevant fight because Wilder's so old, he's washed up. He has only fought 1 time against a journeyman in the last, 4 years and won. So it doesn't make sense on any level, and it's not normal for Usyk to avoid guys. So I just wish he would retire, frankly.
So you don't think the fight has much substance?
Definitely not. Wilder, and this is not a shot at Wilder. I've got nothing but admiration for his heart as a fighter, but he's won one fight in 3-4 years against a journeyman. He's moved camps however many times. The only big fights he's had in the last few years, he's been knocked out brutally, or he lost every round against Parker. So it's not relevant. I honestly don't think many, and I actually said this on a guy's channel who's good friends with Wilder, and he of course disagrees with me. I don't think anybody's going to pay for this fight because no promoter. Wilder is not a top 10, or maybe he's top 10, but he's at the very bottom. He's not a headliner anymore, and no disrespect there, but he's at the end of his career, so he's not going to be demanding big paydays.
Now, do you remember, like, when a fighter reaches a status, like these people are saying in the chat, that Usyk is giving Deontay Wilder that one big spotlight because it's from that era. He's the big name. And, like,
yeah,
sometimes you got fighters, they want to give that guy an opportunity and say, look, he was from our era. He was the biggest name at the time. Man, let's just give this guy a good payday and a good opportunity. So for that reason, people like, they're thinking, well, Usyk, why not? Because he's done so much in the sport. So if Usyk didn't fight certain guys, then they would probably give him a hard time. But because he's beat some of the best, I think some people are like, well, you can't give Usyk a hard time. Everybody comes and gets the easier fight sometimes, don't they? Every single person and every legend has fought somebody. Terence Crawford fought David Avanesian when he was going to fight Spence. Tyson Fury, he fought Nagano. Anthony Joshua, he fought what's that guy's name? Hellenius. Everybody has one of these fights, right? Sometimes you got to be taking fights. So if Usyk does it and he's fighting Wilder, I mean, should people be that harsh on Usyk?
No, I don't think they should be too harsh. I mean, I've got no problem.
Real quick, my bad, I had to step away. I got a question for you. I heard the intel into what you said. So if I was to ask you, why did Usyk ask Wilder to fight and ask why did he pick Wilder then? I'm not trying to like talk shit. I'm just asking you your honest opinion. Why do you think Usyk called Wilder's name then? And also, real quick, you got to remember, Usyk is the face of boxing. Him and Bud are now, and Canelo is too. But they're going to cater to Usyk. Even if Usyk does want a cherry pick, even if he does want a cherry pick, they're going to cater to that. So, you said who's going to fund this and who's going to fund that. We're talking about Usyk here. You know what I'm talking? Like, respectfully.
Okay, well, to
So real quick
Okay,
though,
well-
just to reiterate, so why do you think Usyk picked Wilder?
Okay, well, to answer your question, he's asking for it because he wants to, as Rapstar said, I agree with you. He wants to fight all of the guys who were champions when he moved up to the division. So it's a legacy thing. It's having the name on his resume. So I can understand why he's doing it. Again, I just say it's a bit out of character. Now, to answer your question, Rap, should people be so hard on him? I don't think so. I think it's fair to say.
Answer to my question. You can't get past Castro like that. No,
Wait.
I'm sorry,
Oh my
homeboy.
God. No, I answered.
That was a trash. Bill Haney would have gave me a better answer than that, homeboy. Why do you?
I answered your question.
Because he wants Wilder. Okay, so hold on, so he wants Wilder on the resume. Why would he want Wilder on there? Why would Usyk want Wilder on the resume?
All right. Hold on.
No,
I answered
for real.
I answered your question. He wants it because Wilder was champion when he moved up to the division. So it's a name recognition fight, even though Wilder's completely washed up. So, but to answer your question, Rap, should he be criticized for this?
For the show's sake, whatever.
Can you be quiet? To answer your question, Rap, about should he be criticized by the fans, I don't think he'll get much criticism because nobody in this era has had to fight against the odds more than Usyk. He's had it much tougher than anyone. In a way, Bud, Canelo, in terms of having the industry against him. So he's had an uphill battle this entire time to where I don't think he should be criticized much. But it will, for the first time, put into question whether or not he avoided a fight. And I maintain throughout his entire career, Usyk has never ducked anybody. So
who would he avoid right now?
Well, he would have avoided Fabio Wardley because Wardley is his mandatory. Okay, he vacated the belt, but he's still fighting, and he didn't fight a mandatory, so that is a duck. And Usyk's never ducked anybody, in my opinion. So I wish he would do the Bud thing because he's one of the very few guys in boxing who can retire undefeated, never having ducked anybody, and for killer after killer after killer. That is so rare in boxing history. So for multiple reasons, I just don't like it. And if there's a fighter who is owed a voluntary fight, it's him, because he's just had top guy after top guy after top guy, one after the other. So it's not a terrible fight in that sense. It's just Usyk's never taken an easy fight in his life, and that's that.
Would this be a big upset if Wilder beats Usyk?
Tremendous upset. If Wilder, and I've spoken to people on their channels who are big Wilder fans, they think he'll win. If Wilder is able to pull this off, I'm going to call it one of the biggest upsets in boxing history. That's how much I rate Usyk, and that's
bigger than Jake Paul beating AJ.
Jake Paul's not beating AJ, and that's not even really a fight; it's a circus. So I don't.
But let's be honest, Wilder got more chance beating Usyk than AJ's got than Jake Paul's got against AJ. Wilder's got way more chance of beating Usyk than Jake Paul has with AJ.
Yeah, he's got a bigger chance because of that punch. The thing is, Wilder walks around with the greatest punches chance in history. But as I've said this before, Larry Merchant used to say a puncher's chance kind of means no chance. So, but Wilder's always an anomaly because of that.
Well, honestly, real quick, we got to see what Chisora puts him through first. You know, let's say it's a knockout, drag-out fight and wins even, but goes 12 and is in a war and is already signed to fight Usyk in 6 months. You know, that even more so diminishes Deontay's chances. So, you know, let's hope he can shine on fucking Chirosa with no fucking punishment taken in, bro. Let's
How
hope he
many
can
more
shine on
wars?
him and have a great performance, you know, and incur no punishment, so that way he can move on to the Usyk fight to the best of his ability as far as this point in his career, with him taking minimal punishment in the Charosa fight, bro. That's it. That's all I want to say. You got to consider what punishment he's going to take in this next fight, bro.
But how much? I feel like Wilder's taking a lot of wars already, though, bro. He's taking, like, really think about a lot of the fucking trilogy.
I know you're right, bro. But listen,
Yeah.
if he can play with the weight, the 225, you just as a halfway point and get by Charosa with least punishment. And then listen, when he gets to the Usyk fight, him being the bigger man, finally, him being the bigger man in this fight, he may have a new a lost confidence. It may be a new Wilder in training, even just because he's known he's the bigger man, and him being familiar with Usyk because he's been in the same class with him, so to speak. So, I mean, it all depends on what Charosa. I said his name right the first time, bro. It all depends on what he puts him through. What Wilder goes through in that fight. Chisora.
Well,
It all depends on what Chisora puts him through.
That's another weird thing about this, which is Wilder had his tune-up fight against Hendon, who I've never heard of, and he's going to have another fight against Chisora, and I'm sure this is going to be Chisora's last fight, I think. But it's just weird that
We've been
Usyk is going to
saying that
fight.
for 6 years, Fight Sports, that Chisora's last fight.
I know.
Chisora's last fight. We've been saying that for 6 years he's meant to be retired.
True, but his last fight against Wallen, he actually did well. Even before that fight, he billed it as his final 3 fights, and he went back to work with Frank Warren, his old nemesis. So I think the fact that he's actually talking about this being his final couple of fights, I think he means it this time. But we'll see. I mean, this guy could fight forever. But with Wilder, it's extra weird that Wilder has a fight booked and Usyk saying, yeah, I'll fight him. So maybe Usyk is wanting to make this, despite wanting to fight on for 3 more years, maybe he's wanting to make this his retirement fight because he's not going to rush back in there. He's going to wait until he's ready, and it's against a name. Maybe that's true, but just talking about how crazy it is and just how legendary it is for Usyk to even be here. He's smaller than everyone. He's older than everyone. He has a young man style, so it doesn't age well. And on top of that, this is why I compare him to and I'm not going to compare him to Ali because people always go crazy over that, but he is the modern day Pacquiao. He's the modern day Roberto Duran to Panama. The name escapes me. He's a hero to his people, given what they're dealing with.
But
right
I
now
want to
with-
ask you, what person should go fight a war after a war after a war after a war? Sometimes you got to have some kind of a different kind of a battle. You can't just keep going into war after war after war anyway. So him fighting Wilder, I don't think actually is that bad because he's already, like I said earlier, fought some serious wars.
That's true, which again just speaks to how badly
It'll be
beaten up
bad for
Wilder is.
Wilder.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's a
And
shot
let's
at...
not forget, Wilder lost the biggest opportunity in his life. If the people who don't know, he got offered 100 million from DAZN to take a deal. And at that time, he never even took that deal. So somewhere Wilder never got that major opportunity that he could have got in hundreds of millions. And he never got it with DAZN because he never took it. So maybe Usyk's thinking, man, this guy was big. We need to make this happen. Fuck it.
Well, I don't think Usyk's looking at Wilder like he's big now. I mean, Wilder was...
No, he was a big name, and he could have been a more bigger identity if he had made the right moves.
For sure. But that's...
He made the wrong moves. And what's his manager? What's that guy's name? Shelley Winkle. I'll call him Shelley Winkle, the cunt. Shelley Winkle was trying to be so greedy and make Wilder constantly try and cherry pick, bro.
Well, the thing is, Wilder...
manager that was scared of the money. Honestly, at that point in time, that
Well,
50
That was a lot of
That-
money, bro. At that
that's
point.
what.
Wilder,
Go ahead, Fight
Yeah,
Sport. I just wanted to
because
say that
it's
I think it
reported
was
that
his
Wilder
manager
wanted to
that
fight.
didn't believe it and was scared to go overseas. I think that
All
all
right.
those little three factors. Go ahead, Fight Sport talk.
all right. Well, Wilder being big back in the day, it's completely irrelevant to now. He's not big right now. In fact, Wilder.
That's fair, but when Wilder was big, he was a bigger impact name than
Ye-
Usyk ever was. When Wilder was big, he made such an impact on the sport because of just that fucking energy that he brought. At one
that's a
time,
fact.
Wilder was one of the biggest names in the sport. At one time,
Facts.
That's true, but again, that's
He brought
5 years
sport of
ago.
boxing back. Remember, people were saying that Wilder brought the sport of boxing back with his performances highlights.
Well, he definitely did a lot for boxing, but to say he brought it back, I mean, that's more
Bro,
down
I'm
to
just telling you what they said. I'm not saying that. I remember them saying this shit. They were saying
True, but
Wilder did a lot for the sport when boxing was dead. He was the highlight of the sport when boxing didn't have shit going on.
yes,
Him and DSG
Wilder.
carried BBC. I'll give him that. Him
Well,
and DSG
okay,
carried BBC when they were on FX1 or Fight Sports or whatever. Fox Sports. My bad. Fox Sports 1.
Yeah, Wilder definitely added a lot to boxing, and he was great for the sport. But that's what I was saying to Rap's point. By the way, I meant to compare him to Alexis Arguello to Nicaragua back in the day. But what he did back in the day, 5 years ago, Wilder, that is, it's irrelevant to where he is now. So Usyk, I don't think, looks at this as a superstar fight because it isn't. He just looks at it as a name to have on his resume, and it's the final champion back when he moved to the division. So I can understand it from that perspective, but I don't
but
think
if a
Usyk's
man
looking at
like
this-
Usyk, number one pound for pound, is saying, nah, Wilder and me, then that tells you that he's actually picking a big name because he could pick anyone.
Hey, real quick, Fight
Yeah.
Sports, I got a question. So you're telling me since Usyk has all the belts and he's been in the heavyweight division, but that's not the only champion that Wilder's not the only champion that Usyk hasn't beat that's existed since Usyk's been in the division. So there's really there's no relevancy there on that token. Because you're saying when Usyk entered that division, Wilder was a champion. Okay. What about the other champions that were champion when Usyk entered that division?
Well, that's what I'm saying. He's looking at the guys who were champions when he moved to the division.
Well, I just want to take it here, yeah. You guys
Well,
have took away.
Go ahead.
Well, can I
You
respond?
guys have took away my live that I was gonna do, but I'm gonna just talk about it now. And I'm gonna put this picture up so everybody understands. The Wilder that we all felt in awe of, right? And the Wilder that we all remember. If you remember in 2015, he was a murderer.
Shit.
He was the guy that had a different aura. He had this different mindset, the belief, the way he spoke.
Y'all remember
And
Bald
then,
Head Wilder?
can I finish though? What I'm trying to say. So, if I played to you certain videos, and you would understand where he had got the attraction and the people and whatever was the play, that play that he had from 2015 to 2020, that was a different Deontay Wilder. The Wilder that we got today, he's being very friendly, very nice. He's very humble. He's happy and spiritual. He's got spiritual beliefs now. He has seen the light. He's a very different character. The man that we remember was the man that you remember from 2015 to 2020. And his whole aura and the character that he has now been built into this Wilder today that you never even heard him scream anymore and say, "Bomb Squad." Remember that guy? He had a lot of energy. That was the character that a lot of the fans, they knew. But today's Deontay Wilder is different. The personality, the approach, and the way he speaks. Even Eric Gomez knows he's speaking way soft. It's just, I'm not saying that it's not the same person. What I'm saying is his whole approach was different and people liked him different. He's become somebody else today, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, he's grown up, he's
Hell
matured,
yeah.
he's been knocked out a few times, so that changes you. But to respond to the guy who asked me, or I can't see the screen, so I don't know what your name is, but you brought up the fact that Wilder was he also has him for Parker Mini Usyk. That's true. And listen, I wanted to see the Parker fight. I'm from New Zealand, and I like Parker, and I'm withholding judgment on this test thing because that's out of character for me. I've only met Parker once, but I just don't think he would do that. So with Wilder, he was because he was champion when Usyk moved up. It was Wilder, Fury, and AJ. That's why he wants him on his resume. Parker, again, I wanted to see that fight, but it just didn't happen. And unfortunately, Parker, I don't think he comes back from this Wardley thing. But yeah, that's
So it was
to answer
Wilder
your point.
Fury. So it was Wilder Fury and AJ the champions at that time. Whenever
Yeah, in
Usyk entered the
2019.
division. Yeah,
He
and he
moved up
fought
in
the other two. He
2019.
fought those other two people already twice, I think. Right?
He has.
Okay.
Those are his two.
Now it makes sense.
Yeah.
Now I got you. You got that.
Man,
you
do
got
y'all remember
you got it.
Baldhead Wilder was killing niggas, bro. You wasn't making it out of the ring, bro. It was a different Wilder. Ayahuasca Wilder is different. This new shit that Wilder been on, man. This getting settled in this celebrity life. This shit changed him, bro.
Yeah.
When he was
And I don't.
from Alabama carrying them damn beer bottles, he was down to earth knocking shit out. He done got too much money.
And this is not unusual. It's not a knock on Wilder. Fighters change. He's been beaten up so badly by Fury. It's not a surprise that that changes you at all. So again, none of this is surprising. It's just this means that he shouldn't be fighting Usyk. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, Wilder's definitely got a lot to be proud of. There's no question there.
But I
But that's
also
not
think that we have to look at it this point of view. Wilder gave his life to the sport. He came to this sport. He was a basketball player. Then he had abilities. Went into boxing late. He got inspired that he could do it once he got into the ring, and he felt good because people told him he was good. And then he continued. He had a daughter which was a little bit special needs child, and with that he inspired himself. So to be fair with you, a guy that was a basketball player that actually became a world champion, 10 defenses, I kind of think he achieved more than he could have ever achieved in that aspect anyway. He just became really big. He became so big that at that point he had to fill the boots of what he actually became. And if you think about it, what he's put in the sport for the last decade, he deserves the fight with Usyk. I mean, he put his life on the line.
No, sorry.
And real quick.
He put his life on the line.
You're right, Rap. I want to say this real quick. Fight
Look,
Sports.
I'll say this, Castro, before I let you speak, though. I've never
No,
seen
of
a
course.
fighter in my life that ever said, I'm ready to die. And Wilder's the kind of person that I've seen in my life that he's ready to die.
But it's one thing to say it, Rap, but then show it and go
And he
back
did
in
it.
there
He
3
showed
times
it.
with
He
a
was
bigger
ready to
man.
die.
Yes, to go back in there 3 times with a bigger man, bro. That's what I'm saying. Okay, real quick, Fight Sports Talk. I got to disagree with you. My argument is the class argument. It's Parker, Ruiz, and Wilder that were in Usyk's class that he hasn't fought yet. So that's why I'm saying that this fight does make sense. You're claiming the argument how Wilder was the champion whenever Usyk entered the division and he's the last champion left. Well, my argument is the class. The Wilder, Ruiz, and Parker. Those are the only 3 fighters that really make a fucking had a chance to beat him that he didn't fight. That's all I want to say. But you're absolutely right, Rap. Your point is absolutely right, though. And like I said, it's one thing to say you're willing to die for that shit, but then it's another thing to show it. And he showed it on the 3 occasions with Tyson Fury, plus whatever else is on his resume where he showed warrior heart and he showed whatever off the chart skills and shit. So yeah.
Okay. Well, to respond to your point, Castro, yes, what you're saying is correct. AJ Parker's been champion. AJ Ruiz has been champion when Usyk moved up, but Joshua was champion first. The thing is that I don't want to see Usyk fight Ruiz like I don't want to see him fight Wilder because they're not relevant contenders right now. So no, I don't want to see him fight any of these guys. The guy to fight was Parker. Now that Parker's lost, it's Wardley or it's Caballel. And
Yo,
I
sorry,
hope Caballel.
Tim is getting his hands wrapped. All right, keep going. My bad.
No,
Yeah.
you
So,
good.
yeah. To respond to your point, Castro, I don't want to see Parker fight. I don't want to see Usyk fight any of these guys because
Okay.
they're not the relevant contenders. But to
You know
respond to Rap's,
Go ahead. Go ahead.
just to
Go ahead.
respond. Yeah, just to respond to Rap's point, saying that Wilder's given his life to the sport and stuff. Sorry, but just because he gave a lot to the sport, it doesn't mean he deserves an opportunity that he doesn't deserve. Like you get these opportunities based on resume, not because of history. And I've got nothing but respect for Wilder for what he gave to the sport, and I'm glad he's made money where he probably won't go broke, like a lot of other greats, that he probably, hopefully, won't end up like Benitez.
But one thing you know, Fight Sports, is if you are a fan of Usyk, you know he's more of a traditional, honourable man. Yeah?
Exactly.
And he believes
No
that
question.
Wilder deserves it, regardless of you don't believe it. The number one pound for pound in the world believes Wilder's the man who deserves it. So if Usyk saying Wilder deserves it, that tells us what Usyk thinks of Deontay Wilder. He doesn't go by the shenanigans of the couple fights. He goes by what the man's been all round. And I think Usyk was a Deontay Wilder fan at one point.
Well,
and he appreciated him.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he's got a lot of
He's
respect
got more
for,
respect for Wilder than most fans have. He's got way more respect for Wilder.
Well, you're talking about the fans who don't like Wilder because,
Yeah.
well, for whatever reason. I'm definitely not one of those fans. And yeah, Usyk's the type of guy who respects all of his opponents. That's one of the reasons why he's as great as he is. But it's still, again, past accomplishments and what he gave to the sport, it doesn't mean he deserves this because he doesn't. Again, I don't want to come across like a hater, but I've got to keep saying
Hey,
he just doesn't deserve it no matter what. And the thing is, he got paid for everything he gave to the sport. So it's not like he's getting railroaded by the sport because he's not.
hey, I just wanted to. I know you made me realize a fact that even if Wilder and Ruiz and/or were to beat Usyk, it's not like they're to go on and defend or go on a reign and surpass Usyk's accomplishments. I see what you're saying on that aspect, but then again, that's it. Yeah, that's it. I was gonna bring the Bud and Canelo fight into it, but we're not gonna open that can of worms. There's no need to. But like you're saying though,
Yeah.
You feel Wilder doesn't deserve the fight because even if he wins, he's not gonna go on a terrage and carry the sport for a fight or a fight and a half or two. Nor will Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? His track record reflects that. You know, he's not consistent either. You can't depend on him to be consistent and carry the sport to be the face of the sport for 2 or 3 years. So I see what you're saying though. Even if Ruiz and Wilder were to beat Usyk, it's not like it was for the better of the sport, and nor do they deserve it. They weren't in line for it. They were just in the class.
Yeah, and I will say this: it's as much as Wilder is old and beaten up, and he's so much past his best. Usyk's not at his. He's not close to his peak either. Like he's at such a disadvantage against these guys that Wilder is actually a generous fight because he's older than everybody he fights. He's tiny compared to all the heavyweights he fights, and again, he's got a style which is so difficult to use when you get older. So, in some ways, Wilder is actually a
So
generous
to be
fight for
fair
him.
with you, you actually made more sense here. Maybe Usyk is not the fight for Wilder Fight Sports, but I tell you what, I still would want to watch is Wilder versus Andy Ruiz because I think Andy's not where he is anymore.
Yeah, that's
I'd
that's
rather
a far
watch
more.
that then.
I agree
100%.
with
That's
that.
a
I
far.
remember when Andy first came out, he was like lightning in a bottle.
I think Andy Ruiz and Wilder is probably more what the fans probably want. I'm not sure.
Yeah, definitely, and yeah, I do think.
I think Ruiz and Usyk would be a more chess match and more of a Parker Ruiz one fight.
Okay,
But
so let's
I'm not
ask that
hating.
question.
I'm not
Castro.
hating.
Would you
I'm not
rather have
hating.
Andy Ruiz versus Usyk or Wilder versus Usyk?
I'd rather have Ruiz, but then like Fight Sport just made me think about some. Even if Ruiz shows up for the fight of his life and beats Usyk, the next time he shows up, he's going to show up 34 pounds heavier than he did when he won the belts. He'll be fed. So, I mean, under the circumstances, let Wilder fight him. Let Wilder have the chance of redemption and like whatever, however you want to put it, however they want to write it up. Let Wilder have the chance at it over Ruiz, bro. Because Ruiz can come back and fight anybody and regain his relevancy. Wilder needs Usyk. In Wilder's position and what he's been through and what's transpired recently, he needs Usyk in this win more so than Ruiz does.
I would rather see Wilder versus big baby Jared Anderson.
I don't think Anderson should be anywhere close to a relevant contender fight. I mean, again, not to sound like a hater, but Anderson was the epitome of a hype train who was never good. So if Wilder wants to take a fight like that against the young American guy, good on him.
Boy, that is funny.
Wilder's too light. Ruiz broke his hand over Big Baby Miller in the 7th round. Wilder's way too light. And that's all it is with Big Baby Miller. It's an old football player. That's what he is. He's an old fucking football player. Yes, he is. That's it.
He's underrated,
massive mass that you're going to hurt. Yeah, with conditioning. Yes, he is.
Rap mentioned
that's a horrible fight for Wilder.
Okay. Well, Rap mentioned Jared Anderson. You're talking about Jarrell Miller. The reason Ruiz broke his hand on Miller because Miller's like 350 pounds of God knows what. So that was actually quite understandable why he broke his hand. But
I'm concerned.
Yeah, talking about guys who are pretty much retired. Ruiz he's been retired since he beat AJ. Like forget the rematch.
Posted a video. My bad. He just posted a video on the 12th of him back in camp with his old trainers that he just got started with. I just saw it.
Well,
yeah, like
Ruiz
he's
is
back in camp right now.
Well, okay, good for him, but Ruiz
for
me is the king of it.
Beard strap. Look weird.
Yeah, Ruiz for me is the king of the gaslighting. So I don't put any stock into what that guy said. I mean, he is such a okay. He did good to beat Joshua the first time, and he gave Parker a good fight, which was in my hometown back in 2016. But that guy's such a gaslighter. It's crazy. So,
he gave that second fight away with Joshua. How he came in so big and how he partied after he won. I was kind of disappointed because people were talking about how after he won the first fight with Joshua, for the rematch, he started overeating and he wasn't training as much and he was like caught up with living the life and the money, and it kind of played into him not preparing as much for the rematch. And then it's like from there, it just seemed like it went downhill from there.
I don't think he's gaslighting. I just think he has a lot of resiliency and he has the short, fast throws and he has a real deceptive athletic body frame.
Yeah.
Like those 3 little things right there, that's what makes Ruiz special. He's resilient. He's got a deceptive athletic body frame. And
if you go back and watch him
and his speed, his hand speed.
Yeah, if you go back and watch Andy Ruiz, Joshua 1, you're exact. He was a beast. Like he was big because it fooled everybody. It fooled me. I'm like, he's big as hell, but he was moving like he's very athletic with his body and his hands and his movement. He was able to change levels.
Athletic. It's deceptive. You call it
easy.
That dude, he moves like that. It's like that's deceptive, and it's not in his feet; it's in his hands. And when you see people that have fast hands like that, they're using the bands, the elastic bands. You use resistance.
Well, also,
you can tell it's on the way back when they bring their hands back to the starting position. That's how you know they're on the bands, and that's what you gotta use those resistance bands in order to get that fast paced sequences like Ruiz has. Those fast hands like Ruiz has. You have to use the fucking bands, bro. Maybe I'm not saying he did, but in order, if you're fat and overweight like that, if you want to shine like that and get sequences out like that with that rapidness and that fluidity, you have to use the elastic bands on the way out and the way back in, because it brings it back to the pocket. It brings it back to the holster.
Like an elastic rubber band. Yeah.
I'm talking about like the bands. Like the workout
Well,
bands, the
Well, no,
gyms.
no, 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 no. I'm saying like I agree with what you're saying. Like when it returns back to form, it's like elastic. That's what you're doing. Like when you stretch out, you
Right,
stretch
the
back in.
resistance, the constant
Yeah,
resistance. They're
yeah,
called elastic bands or
yeah,
I don't know what you call them. You know what they are, bro. You caught me
yeah. They're
off
called
guard with it.
resistant bands.
Resistant bands, not elastic bands, resistant bands. Yes, sir.
Resistance bands. Yeah.
Hmm.
I watched him fight Joseph Parker. That was in my hometown, and he was, I think, 255 or something for that fight. So he was actually lighter than when he beat AJ in the first fight. And I had never seen him fight live up until that point, and he was so fast for a big fat guy that
Hell yeah.
it was quite something, because he was actually able to match Joseph Parker's speed, and Parker's always been in good shape. And yeah,
Mhm.
Ruiz was light by his standards, but he was still big fat tub of lard, and he was lightning fast. So yeah, Ruiz is somebody just put in the chat. He's a fraud. He's not a fraud. He's just a one hit wonder. And
He's not a
like you
fraud.
guys said, he gave that second fight away. I mean, maybe Joshua would have beaten him anyway, but the fact that Ruiz didn't even try to get into shape was just pathetic. So he'll go down as a joke, in my opinion, and he deserves
Hey,
it.
what saved Parker in that fight was his patience. He's a real
Yep.
safe and patient fighter, and that's what saved him in the Ruiz fight. I think he got the decision in his hometown. Parker did, but like he just was very patient, very laid back and methodical and safe, and that benefited him. That benefited him throughout his career. It did. It benefited Parker.
So real quick, I have a question. Do y'all like how bad do you think the losses affected Wilder?
Oh, horrible. And again, that's not a knock on him, because the in the third fight with Fury, after he got beaten up badly in the second fight, he didn't fight any different. But against Parker, he didn't let his hands go at all. Against Yili Zhang, he was scared to let his hands go, and then when he did, he got knocked out, the worst he's ever been knocked out. So those losses, of course, change you. But again, it's not a knock on him. It's just 4 losses. None of them were good, and the last two, they took a lot out of him, and he was gun shy. So that's normal.
Wilder looked the best in the first fight. I've analyzed these fights a billion times. The Wilder in the first Tyson Fury fight, that was the one of his prime. I don't know what happened after that. The second one and the third one, those were like the Wilder we have now. He was lethargic after the second round. Go back to the first fight. He was like a dog. I don't know what happened.
The weight difference happened. Tyson Fury being so big and Wilder coming in at 212 or weighing 212. And that's the one thing else I wanted to say. Like, you're talking about how bad those knockouts or whatever, those 3 fights affected Wilder.
Mhm.
I think, like, in a case like that, you got to take advantage of this new medical science that's available in this day and age. You know, you're going to have to spend on the body's recovery. You know, you're going to do stem cells or whatever is available in order to
Yeah.
recoup that and regain what you can. You know, if he's just hanging out, doing ayahuasca, drinking, chilling, and taking it easy, that's one thing. But if you're taking advantage of all this technology and these supplements nowadays, that's another. And honestly, it doesn't look like Deontay's taking advantage of all the high-tech recovery methods, you know, that's available to high-profile people. So to say the final answer is, yeah, those fights did take something out of Wilder. And I don't blame it on anything else but the size. Him coming in at 212 and Fury being a natural, who knows, 360, 340, 330, who knows naturally what he would be. You know, I'm sure naturally Wilder would never see over 250. Naturally, Wilder
Because
would
I'm
never
gonna tell
see
you what I take. I don't think Tyson Fury, and this is my opinion. I don't necessarily think Tyson Fury did anything better in the second and third fight. I think Wilder looked worse in the second and third fight.
Really?
Yes.
Well,
I think the reason why it was so competitive was because how much of a dog Wilder was. I don't think it was necessarily his skill. It was just the fact of who Wilder was. That shit was gone by the second and third fight. It was gone. It
Well,
was like he was weak or something.
I don't agree with that. I think you're saying that the dog was gone by the second fight. He was still undefeated going into that fight. I don't.
No,
Well,
but he
I think. Go ahead.
didn't he fire Mark Breland though? When did he fire Mark Breland?
He fired Breland after the second fight, the one where he got obliterated.
After
And
the second fight.
yeah, to answer your point, I mean, I disagree with you that he was different in the second fight. He was different in the third fight because he was coming off the first loss of his career, and it was a horrible loss. But I don't think he was any different. There was one difference actually going into the second fight. He put on so much weight. He was like you guys said, he was like 212 in the first fight with Fury, and then he was like 230 or something, like going into the second fight. He was a lot heavier because he believed that Fury couldn't do anything different, and all he had to do was punch harder. And if he caught Fury like he did in the 12th round of the first fight, he would have knocked him out.
You know
But
what? You are
reason
100% right, because this was the fight where he wore that stupid costume, and he said that his legs got weak and shit like that. This was you're 100% right. This was
well, can I finish?
Yeah, go ahead, my bad.
Yeah, well, yeah. So you're talking. Okay, you mentioned the costume. You're talking about Wilder looking weak in the second fight and because his legs looked off. The reason he looked bad and his legs were so stiff in the second fight is because Fury was pushing him back repeatedly, and Wilder wasn't expecting that. Wilder was expecting him to box and move and slip and slide like he did in the first fight, but because he was on his back foot repeatedly, he looked stiff because he didn't prepare for that. Make sense?
Yeah.
What was crazy as well, if you go watch the lead up to that fight, Fury even told the world, I'm going to actually bring it to Wilder now. And just like I left him in the 12th round, I'm going to come at him this time. But nobody believed him.
I didn't believe him. I thought Fury, he was full of shit.
Even Sugar, what's his trainer? Sugar Hill. Sugar Hill said, we're going to come to him now. And people thought they were just saying this just to make the fight sound exciting, right? They thought they're going to box him. But exactly what they said is exactly what they did.
Yep.
Yeah, he was with Sugar Hill.
That was a big shock for me going into that second fight. But yeah, to answer your point, bro, I don't think anything was off for Wilder in that fight. I think he was just Wilder has never had to fight. He's never had to fight that sophisticated on the back foot, because the only guy he boxed against in the past was Ortiz and Stiverne, and those guys have slow feet, especially Stiverne. He's just a walking punching bag. But Fury was a lot more athletic and a lot more mobile, and he was pushing Wilder back repeatedly, and they're the same size. So that's why I think, to your point, he looked off, because he was going through something he's never gone through before.
It could be that. It could be that. Yeah, I know it was something though, man. Like I know it was something where I was.
I'll tell you what though, Wilder had a better chance to beat Fury in the third fight, because Fury wasn't the best at the third fight. Remember, he had some issues in that. Wilder had a better chance of beating him in the third fight than he had in the second fight.
Yep, that's true.
That was his best chance to beat Fury in the third fight again.
Yeah, I'll say this. Wilder got very close in that third fight, but a lot of that's because Fury didn't train properly, because Wilder was still incredibly wild the way he was telegraphing all of his shots. And
now, do you remember what actually happened? He went back and left the camp 3 weeks before, because his premature daughter never nearly made it.
Yeah.
Remember, he went to the hospital and he said, fuck it, I got to be with my daughter. And everybody said, you're crazy. And his dad said, you're going to lose the fight. He said, I don't care. I got to be with my daughter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. So, yeah. Fury, he took a lot out of Wilder. But again, since the the conversation is what Wilder gave to the sport. He gave a lot. Tremendous courage. And yeah, his warrior spirit, I agree with you guys. His warrior spirit is one that you don't normally see. So
And he
hats off
put
to
on
him there.
for American boxing for at least 7-8 years. Like he was,
That's
you know,
true.
he was putting it on the map for at least 7-8 good years, man.
That's true. No question.
Give me where do you think Wilder was at his peak, at his prime?
I think when he fought Fury in the second fight, when he was undefeated, because he had just beaten Luis Ortiz in the rematch and it wasn't even close. And he had also just almost killed Dominic Brazil, and Brazil was, I know he was tailor-made for him, but he still took him out in the way he should have. So I'd say he was at his peak there, but Wilder never really technically improved much. But when he was undefeated, his confidence was at his best, and Wilder was his most dangerous when he was confident.
I will
Has
say this:
anyone
Wilder
found out
looked.
the result of Nonito Donaire or Tim Zoo's fight yet? Anybody give us any updates, please, in the chat of
I
those
will say
fights that
this:
are going on right now?
Wilder did look better as, like, of course, I mean, it sounds stupid me saying this, but Wilder looked better when he was younger. Like, as he got older, he wasn't able to move, like, because, you know, part of what made him was his athleticism, not necessarily his skill. You know what I'm saying? Him being able to move and being so big. And of course, like, as he got older, I think his movement kind of declined a little bit, you know?
It was the
I'll say
punches
that.
from the bigger people, bro. Honestly, I'm not trying to hate, but it was the punches from the bigger people. He was always the smaller man. He was always the thinner, frailer. Yes, he had athleticism, and yes, he was just as dangerous, but he
Yeah.
was still the smaller, thinner man. And it just started to wear on him, I believe.
So let's talk about this then, Castro. When did it actually become a little bit suspect that Wilder might not be one of the greatest? When did it start looking like that?
Shit.
Can I tell you when it? I just got a little bit.
Okay, let me ask you
Like,
this.
let me just
Before
say
or
this:
after?
the King Kong Ortiz fight.
That's what I was
Is
going
that
to
the
ask
first
you.
time that we saw it?
Before or after the Ortiz fight? Because that's where I was going to gauge it. That's exactly what I was going to say. I was going to say, Rap, you talking about before or after the Ortiz fight? I wasn't going to say the Ortiz fight, but I figured around that time frame. I did. I figured around that time frame. Anyways, I was going to ask you, like I said, well, I told you I was going to ask you, Rap.
I think the
don't know,
Ortiz fight, he nearly lost it, but he came back very well.
Nah, that first fucking Fury fight.
He nearly lost the Ortiz fight, didn't he, Fight Sports? Hey, Radio, did you see the fight Ortiz fight? He nearly lost.
Yeah, like until he knocked him out.
Yeah, sorry, I was muted, Rap, but yeah, he definitely got rocked badly in the first fight, and he was lucky that he got rocked at the end of the round. I think it was the 7th or 8th round he got stunned, but he still fought his way through it. And there was also that weird moment where weird as in corrupt moment where the halfway point during the in between rounds finishes, and then the referee calls the doctor in to look at Wilder, and he gets like 15 extra seconds.
Yeah, that was suspect. I remember that.
That was just typical. I mean, Tim Tszyu actually had the same treatment when he fought Murder Zaliev. That's just typical A-side privilege, but
yep.
But yeah, he still fought his way through it. But yeah, he definitely had a little bit of help there.
Look, I'm looking at Tyson Fury too, y'all, and I'm telling you, this is a minute 25 in the first round. Wilder is on the back foot, and his legs are gone already.
What fight was this? The second fight.
This was the second fight, round 1, a minute 25. Wilder's legs are gone already.
But he took some big shots in the first round, didn't he?
I mean, he was kind of covering up and kind of walking backwards, but it looked like his legs were already gone. I don't know, man.
Okay, you're just to clarify, you're talking about a minute.
Yeah, but he shouldn't have wore that costume.
Well, I don't think it was the costume. Just to clarify to the guy bringing this up, you're saying a minute 20 into the first round.
Yeah, versus when I watched the first round of the first fight, Wilder looked a lot more live, a lot more bouncy.
Well, the reason why he was Well, the reason why he was a lot more active, or he looked a lot more active in the first fight, is because he was a lot lighter. And I know you're just talking about 1 minute, 1 minute into the round, but he was a lot more active in the first fight because he was a lot lighter. And second, I know again you're talking about a minute into the first round, but he was being pushed onto the back foot, and Wilder's never had to fight on the back foot against a good boxer because Stavern was just a walking punching bag. And who was the other guy? Oh yeah, Ortiz. Ortiz has really slow feet, and he was putting Wilder on the back foot repeatedly, but it was a lot easier for Wilder to move around because Ortiz is flat-footed. But Fury was...
No, I hear you, but I've kind of been training for like 4 years. It don't work like that. When you first start out, you're fresh. So even if you're going on the back foot and the blows are hard and they're like pushing you around and twisting you around, your legs aren't going to be buckling like you're Bambi. Like it's like he had no energy in his It's like he had no energy in his legs. Now maybe that weight has something to do with it, but unless I'm just don't know what the hell I'm talking about, it looked like he did not have his legs under him from the start.
Well, no, I don't. I think you've got a good point. He looked different, but he looked different because one, he had never been put on the back foot like that, and two, he was a lot heavier. Like I'm looking at the third fight here in the first round. He wasn't getting pushed back, so he was a lot more active, and he was even heavier in the trilogy than he was in the second fight. So
okay, I'm watching that fight as well. He got buckled big with big jabs in the first round. But you're right. His legs his legs are not solid because he's also off balance and he's trying to block punches. I think Wilder was a little bit shocked the way Fury came at him. Fight Sports.
No, he was extremely shocked. One of the reasons, and I don't want to rehash the history because that's the past, but it's relevant. Wilder was so gassed with his ego that he literally thought he didn't have to do anything different in any of his fights. He just thought, I'll just land one big punch and that'll be it. So when he got pushed onto the back foot and he thought Fury was going to run from him in the second fight, he was shocked. He didn't know what to do.
No, the difference was Fury used his weight. Fury used his size, and he bogged him down more so in the second fight than the first fight. That was a factor. Go ahead.
Yeah, Castro, you're bringing up a point I already made. He was getting pushed back, and Fury.
When you say pushed back, I'm thinking of forced back, like having to retreat. You should have said smothered him.
Serious?
Yes.
Castro, no.
Back, and I'm pushing you back. Pushing back. Oh, I'm out of here. Oh, I'm back foot. When you say, I'm just telling you, I didn't hear you say that, but that's how I interpreted it. So that's why I said what I said. Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
I just want I got to go. It's getting late here in New Zealand, but I just want everyone to know this guy said to me, that I was wrong to say Wilder was getting pushed back. He said he was getting forced back. Like, Castro, what the hell are you talking about? You said he wasn't getting pushed back, he was getting forced back. Like, are you fucking serious?
I said he was using his body weight. I said, what I was implying was Fury fucking used his body weight. He imposed his body weight on Wilder and drained him.
I already said that.
Fight more so than he did the first fight, and I knew he was going to do that.
All right.
What are you talking about? What's so funny though? That's what I'm saying though.
You're
He's
repeating
his size and smothering him and wearing him down and draining him more so in the second fight than he did in the first fight. I knew he was going to do that. Like, he was going to utilize his size more so in the second fight than the first fight. Like, you're trying to make it sound like I'm not making sense, motherfucker.
No, I'm saying
I'm at the end of the year now. I got time today, nigga. Yeah. What's up? What you talking about?
What I'm talking about is
Rap star boxing knowledge. Smash it like it's so. Y'all know what's going on. Third shit, turn out. Third shit,
right,
motherfucker, boxing ass. YTBC, we rap this goddamn third shit. The real third shit. The real late night dough knockers, nigga. Y'all niggas, oh, it's 12:30. It's 1:15. We gotta go. Shut it down. Pull the cord. My wife tripping. Nah, nigga. Not over here.
I'm going because I don't.
We watch the
Jesus. All right,
sunrise
I've
over
muted.
here. What you
I put the whole thing
talking
on mute because I can't even listen to this
about?
motherfucker.
Nah, you
Castro,
wanna talk, nigga.
I love you, but
Rap star boxing.
you call into these shows on
nigga,
fucking
25,
God
30
knows
people that
what,
don't make
having
no
these little
fuck.
rants
So y'all
out of
say
nowhere,
wait.
like you're coked up. And maybe I'm talking over you, but I've just muted you because you give me a headache. So, anyway, guys, I gotta go. Peace out.
That's fine. We tired of your goddamn 30-minute speeches anyways. We tired of your run-on paragraphs anyways, nigga. Shit. Burn on thin, Fight Sports Talk. Appreciate the support and everything. I'm speaking for me. I ain't speaking for Rapstar. But shit, we want to hear all them run-on sentences and you ramble on and babble on, little babble on ass dude. Yeah, just babble on and brainstorm out loud and cut to the chase, nigga. Let's hear it, nigga. Come with it, nigga. Be ready in the batter's box, ready to right, get that bitch ass shit out of there. Nah, you not Fight Sports, you rambling and trying to catch butterflies out there and net some other shit out of the air, nigga, while you talking. Nah, nigga. Come on now. I done told you. I see how you stopped reading the comments. I'm proud of you, actually. I told you, goddammit. You try to be over here fucking year and a half, read the comments and be on the panel, bitch, and try to spit some heat. Nah, bitch, you're talking shit down there. Fuck what they talking about the comments they went up on the panel. That you learned, right, nigga? I know you learned. Yeah. Anyways, y'all want to come up here and call this fight, man? These two fights, I'm not looking for them or hunting them down or nothing. Y'all want to come up here and call these fucking fights? I'll slide back, man. We up in this bitch. Like I said, it all depends on what Wilder goes through in the Chisora fight. We have to look at that first. And I hope it's a halfway point for him. I hope he goes to that Chisora fight with minimal punishment and comes out with a victory and is able to fight Usyk. I do. Whether he wins or not, you know, if Wilder goes 12, it's perfect. It's great. Even if he loses and goes 12 with Usyk, who cares? It's great.
Have any of these fights even been confirmed, or are they just talking about them?
No. There's a press conference for the Chisora. I think the Usyk fight's still up in the air. You know what crossed my mind, too? I'm going to go ahead and say this. It crossed my mind that Eddie Hearn just putting that who's Usyk's promoter? The Cletus guy? I think that is okay. What I was thinking was maybe Eddie just trying to add some pressure to fucking Wilder and say, "Oh yeah, you win this fight, you got to fight. You get to fight Usyk." You know what I mean? You know how promoters try to add pressure to the fighter in hopes they lose that fight. It's not to get the fight after that fight. It's just to add pressure on that existing fight. Oh yeah, you fight him. Okay, well, I'm next. What's up? Sign it. Yeah, let's line it up. Let's do it. Okay, he signed it. Let's hope he loses. You know what I'm saying? We put that pressure on that fool. So he knows he's training and knows once he beats that opponent, 6 months later, he's got to fight us. Let's see what that do. That's a lot of these promoters do, bro. And that's why whenever people say, what the fuck you talking about? Give me that contract. Bitch, I got this fight first. You trying to save face. Get that bitch ass bullshit contract out of here. Get that Mirage out of here. That Shadow out of here. That fucking bullshit. You trying to make it look. You trying to make it look like you're fucking sending me a contract. You know I'm not gonna accept it. You know I'm not gonna sign it, motherfucker. You trying to put pressure on me, added pressure in hopes that it affects me in my current fight, motherfucker. Nah, watch out. And then when you say, nah, I'll holler at you later when I'm done, he said no to the contract. Well, of course, motherfucker, you sent it to when he had a fight already in schedule on the lines and the scope. Of course, you said, nah, I'll get that bitch ass shit out of here. It's just the sport of boxing, bro. And you know what? That's why it'll never be consistent. And that's why it'll flourish, because all the money's made is off the books. It's all manipulation of numbers. It's all manipulation of sales. It's all paperwork manipulation. It's all up in the air. At any time, somebody can come off the street and invest. At any time, someone come off the street and bet, having an influence on the results of the outcome. It's always going to be the Wild Wild West in boxing. Always. And you know what? Devin Haney is benefiting from this shit. And that's what tells me it's still boxing. That's what tells me it's still the Wild Wild West with all that hoe ass and bitch ass shit he gets away with. Because, you know, money could be involved. A bunch of black folks can be involved. The Mexican audience can be involved. La Raza could be involved. The white boys from fucking overseas in UK can be involved. All of a sudden, you got a hot shot over there that sells seats. Now, all of a sudden, he can be involved. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? You know, all of a sudden, I'm not going to disrespect it, but all of a sudden, somebody comes from across the thing from the desert with a whole bunch of money, and he could be involved. So that's boxing. And that's why I say you got to fight hard no matter what, no matter who they put in front of you, and expect the best opponent, expect them to be on PEDs and some more shit, nigga. And that's how you train. You take that shit into the gym with that, nigga. I'm finna fight the fucking T1000 version of this nigga. This opponent I got, okay, I'm expecting that T1000. I'm expecting the Secret of the Ooze version of this motherfucker. So you go there and you hit the bag and you train and you have that shit on your mind when you go to sleep and when you wake up, nigga. That's what you gotta do. And that's what T.O. better be doing. You hear me, T.O.? You keep that same mind frame. You stay focused, motherfucker. No distractions. Fuck what they talking about. Throw them off every answer. You goddamn right. You don't tell them shit. You keep them wondering. That's what you do, T.O. Adjust on the fly.
They don't believe in Teofimo anymore, bro. They believe in Shakur Stevenson over Teofimo. Why is that?
The fan wave, like I told you, rap or not. I mean, not disrespectfully, but like I had said on a few past shows, how hard the fans strive to push a fighter, and I'm speaking in Shakur's case. You know, the wave, the movement, how the people who really are behind a fighter, what they'll go to the extent to put them on the map on, and T.O.'s inconsistency and T.O. being denied, that kind of hurt his fan base and his movement in wave. So here we are. You know what I'm saying? T.O. has showed more than Shakur. He's got more accolades. He's fought bigger, tougher opponents. Has he showed consistency like Shakur? No, he has not. And I think that in part is why Shakur picked this fight. He saw T.O. distraught and maybe unfocused and at a vulnerable point and called for this fight like he said since before the Zepeda fight when T.O. was, you know, where he was mentally. He's since then regained and recouped. And I think Shakur realizes that because all the tactics that Shakur's tried at the press conference and thus far have not worked or had an effect on T.O. Not once has T.O. fucking lost focus when he's dealing with this or been on stage fucking with this fight, bro, regardless of who's in the room. And that's right, T.O. You remain
So
focused.
why is Shakur the favorite in the whole of America and the world? Why?
Because the fans, the hype, the bullshit ass fans and hype that will push and be behind Shakur. That's why it's all hype. It's all, there's no results there. So what? He beats Zepeda 5 years later after he said he was going to beat him 5 years ago. Who else is impressive? Who else is on Shakur? Yes, Shakur gets hit less than Mayweather. Okay. But what I'm saying is why you're saying Shakur is the favorite, it might be some blown up stats. It might be some cosmetic stats. But we're talking about what happens in the ring, the punishment issued and incurred in the ring, the effects in the ring, not some stats, not some printout cosmetic stats. That's the other thing. That's the other variable with why Shakur's the favorite. He gets hit the least. This and that, all the little stuff that looks good on paper. And then you take the fans. With T.O., it's in the ring and the accolades. Let's watch the fight, and then let's look at this person's accolades, and then let's look at this person's accolades. That's why Shakur's a favorite. And T.O.'s inconsistency, bro. I'll land there. Y'all smash a like. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all come up here, hit the panel. Shit. Hey, y'all come over here at the panel, call that fight if y'all want to. And
man, all these guys are trying to find the Nonito and Tim Tszyu fight. They're all trying to find the fight online, bro. That's
Even
what they're
somebody in
trying
the
to do.
chat. Shit, even somebody in the chat. Let's hear the play-by-play. Shit, like I said, shit. Tim Two's the main event. Nonito's the co-main, I believe. Or I could have
Oh,
that back.
Nonito probably fighting next.
He's the co-main.
There's a link for the panel if anybody wants the link, bro.
What other fights are coming up, Rap? Who else is on this card? This Tio and Shakur card. Have they announced it yet? They ain't announced it yet, have they? I know one thing. How about that Better Beef? That Better Beef and Bivol. I think Bivol ducked that trilogy as well. So he dropped the belt to David for the trilogy and then said no to the trilogy. And even if David fights Better Beef, even if you take Bivol out of it, David beats up Better Beef, it's still a 41, 42-year-old person. Had Better Beef fought Bivol, we got the third fight. He got the true winner out of that, and Better Beef won. That'd be a different story. Says Bivol shook the spot. We don't get the third fight, and now we get David gets to fight Zerto, come back down, and probably fight Better Beef. But it don't hit the same. It don't have the same potency. It don't have the same selling power as if that trilogy had took place. And that was the whole reason I believe David moved up to cruiserweight to fight Zerto, was to do Sheik a favor so we could get that trilogy. Because regardless of who David fought, whether it be Better Beef or Bivol, he still could dictate and have an effect on that trilogy, win or lose. If David fought Bivol or Better Beef, and Bivol won, lost or draw, and Better Beef won, lost or draw, those fights could still cost him that trilogy, Sheik. So I think that's the reason why David moved up and said, but I'm coming back down. I'm getting out of the way for a second. I'm going to go grab this legend. I'm going to go grab Zerto on paper. He ain't been dropped. He's got over 40 fights. He ain't lost, or one loss. I think one loss versus Bivol. Yeah, he got over 40 fights, one loss versus Bivol. On paper, he's a legend at cruiserweight. Go up there, grab him, come back down and fight the fucking winner of the trilogy. Now the trilogy's not even taking place. You know what?
Who
David,
won out of Nonito Donaire Mirage?
real quick. Hold on, real quick though. I'll say this real quick. David Benavidez, let Better Beef make it. Bivol duck and say Better Beef. You're 41. I don't even want to fight you. Whatever. It honestly, it ain't saying shit, homeboy. I hate to say it. It's not. Go ahead. My bad. That's how I feel. That's how I feel.
Who won out of Nonito Donaire?
I could be wrong, Rap. Tim could be the co. Since there's a belt on the line, I imagine it could be the main event. Nonito could be the main event since there's a belt on the line in that fight. Mirage will know since he's watching it. He said Tim in the ring. This Shakur and Tio fight gonna be interesting, bro. Straight up, it's gonna be interesting. Shakur got the skills and the patience, and he's got the mental instincts in there to negate Tio. He does. And he'll have the size too when he gets in there. He will. Speaking of size, I'm gonna go back to the Devin shit. Why if Devin's still calling out people smaller than him, bro? He fucking bulked up. He fucking denies Conor Benn being smaller than him, even though he moved up 2 weight classes and sent someone to the hospital. And then that same person, he dropped him in the 12th round in the second fight. He's coming down to try to fight Devin. He's saying, nah. But you know what? Devin's still bigger than him. You know what I'm saying? And also, why is Devin still calling out like old stale work? He's calling out Tank, Shakur, and Tio. Those are all people he's familiar with and has since outgrown. And going back to Shakur and Tio fight, I think that has a factor too. That plays a factor too with Shakur knowing and realizing that he's outgrown and a little taller than Tio. You know, Shakur's been a late bloomer and shit. They're both the same age. But, you know, of course, naturally, Shakur's a little longer than Tio, a little taller than Tio. And I could always tell it was going to be that way. Tio, I don't think he's not going to get no taller, but he will get more density and more muscle. When he hits 30, there'll be another stage of bulkness on him. But, yeah, it goes back like I was saying, Shakur's size, feeling like he's outgrown and caught up or overpassed the people that he may have been under or that were older than him. But we're going to find out. We don't know what happens until the fight unfolds. I hope Teofimo Lopez wins this fight, though. I do. I'm rooting for Tio, and I want Tio to win because he got denied, and he fights harder than Shakur. He's more athletic than Shakur. He's more explosive than Shakur. He's been down through there more than Shakur. He's been more denied than Shakur. And Shakur, he's smart and intelligent, but he's not effective. And it's the same thing with Devin. He'll slither and snake and guile his way through it before he shows nuts, drops nuts, and fights his ass off and shows him I am really that motherfucker. I am really about that shit, regardless of who you put in here with me. Devin and Shakur both have showed that's not the case with them, regardless of who you put them in there with. Tio has. I want Tio to beat this dude, bro. I want Tio to win this fight. I want him to stay diligent. I want him to stay undistracted. And that he's got to show us something new. He has to surprise Shakur something that he hasn't seen Tio do before. You have to bring a new element or new variable to the table in this fight to throw his concentration and throw him feeling like he's got you figured out. You got to show him something else that we haven't seen before. You have to. Either that and also as well, Tio, you have to anticipate catching this dude and chasing this dude. We don't want to hear you like Canelo sounded when he fought Mayweather. I couldn't catch him. I couldn't hit him. You knew he was going to do that, bitch. He had 30, 40 fights of that. Fuck him doing that same shit he did to you, dude. We don't want to hear that shit. That's no excuse. You anticipate that shit. You know he's going to run. You know what I'm saying? You do whatever you got to do to cover that distance, make up that time, trigger that shit, false feint, negative feint, whatever you got to do to get him to commit to come through that threshold and have to go back out. And you anticipate him coming through that bitch and having to go back out. You got to be ready for that, fool. Straight up. I don't want to hear how I couldn't catch him, I couldn't read. And you already seen his style. You've seen it in the Jermaine Ortiz style. You know what I'm talking about. They got your explosive distance fucking down to a T. They know your range after your first explosion. When you explode on them and flash on them, they're just outside the range. You have to know that. They got your distance down. They got your explosion, your power band already fucking figured out and mapped out. You saw in the Jermaine Ortiz fight. You better think about that fight long and hard and then build on that. That's your starting point. Where you couldn't reach Jermaine Ortiz, where you couldn't get to him because he was on his feet and everything like Devin and Shakur is. That's your starting point. You build from there. Okay, when I couldn't reach him, when I stalled out right here and I couldn't reach him, where do I go from there? How do I change that moment? That's what you do, Teal. You know he's gonna run. You know he's gonna stand and bang with you. You know he's gonna try to finesse you and talk shit and be cute in there like Tank did Roach in the first fight. You ain't hear none of that, cuz. I'll talk to you when the fight's over. I'm finna win this fight. I'm not saying I'm gonna kill you or take your head off, but I'm gonna win this fight. I don't give a fuck what you talking about or who is in here, who's ringside, or if my life's on the line after I beat you, nigga. That's your attitude you gotta have, Tio. I'm gonna win this fight. Let's go, Teofimo Lopez, bro. They denied you. They took that undisputed from you. They took that youngest undisputed from you, bro. Out of hate, politics, dog, favoritism, hype, finessing. Just because you played the nice guy and y'all played the good guy and just worked hard, nigga, and fought hard. That's how it goes down. You got to be ready. You got to be in control of everything across the board. Consider everything in and out the box. And that's what got Ryan too, T.O. That's what got Ryan in the Devin fight. He was all over the place and out of control. So whether he's guilty or not, he still learned from that. Because look what happened. He was all over the place, behind on losing weight. You know what I'm saying? In desperation, had to resort to some type of tactics, and it cost him the motherfucking fight, bro. Had he been in control, had his mind coherent, and paid attention to what was going on, he wouldn't have had those drastic measures. He wouldn't have had to call Scooter. He wouldn't have had to call Devin's fucking Godfather's Connect, nigga, to bail him out and try to make him wait, nigga. Try to make him make weight. You gotta learn from that too. When you're not in control, you're all over the place. Somebody else is. You crack the door for something else to step in and derail you. Shout out to Teofimo Lopez and Ryan Garcia. Y'all motherfuckers keep fighting hard, knocking these niggas out. Show them what it is, homeboy. Punch behind that shit, nigga. Fight hard than a bitch. Like Shakur said, though, he knows Tio the truth. He knows it. He knows that Shakur said it all across the interviews. They want to shun him. They want to shun him like the niggas on the panels. They say, Tio got nigga heads. They want to shun them niggas too, just like they want to shun Shakur for saying that. Tio the truth. Tio undisputed. I know he is. And you know what? You know what? That right there is going to benefit Shakur because he knows, bitch, this motherfucker ain't no joke. This motherfucker ain't no joke. I know exactly what I'm dealing with, motherfucker. I got him. Versus he's a joke. He ain't shit. I'm going to whoop this dude's ass. Yada, yada, yada. Shakur knows once he starts talking about, when he start asking him questions about Tio, bro, he already knows, bro. That's right, Shakur. That'll benefit you, dog. Keep it real with yourself, whether you like it or not. And whether one of these niggas want to hear it or not. You keep it real and talk that shit, that real shit. Because once you hear it and say it and protect the world, you take it in, nigga. Oh, that charge up on them boys. Tank, you stay your scary ass out the way, nigga. Tank, you stay your bitch ass up out of here, nigga. You ain't going to Sheik's to fight, nigga. There's white boys out there, Nick Ball, and some old shit out there punching that shit down for Sheik, nigga. You out there scared to play with them. You stay out of boxing, nigga. Get your bitch ass up out of here. Yo. Fuck out of here. Devin, you can stay, nigga. Shakur, you can stay because you fought hard when you fought Cepeda last fight. Tio, you know you can stay, Mexican shit. Ryan, you know you can stay. I'll tell you what, though. I got Barrios beating you. That's what I got, Ryan Garcia. I got that Mexican from the Tone beating you. He been down through there, cuz. He fought way stronger, more people than you, bro. And ain't knocked him out or dropped him. He went 12 and got the wins, fool. Ryan Garcia, you ain't fought near as many fights, not near as hard as fucking Barrios, bro. Or showed more diligency and resiliency or control, self-control over your emotions. Not even near the vastness that fucking Mario Barrios has showed in there on offense or defense. That little left hook nigga, fucking that Mexican from the tone gonna have like 5 answers for on offense and defense for that left hook nigga. He gonna have 5 different answers, nigga. 5 different punches and 5 different fucking defense blocks for that fucking left hook, bitch. Respectfully. I got Mario Barrios beating you, bro.
Tim Tszyu winning 3 rounds to 0. Tim Tszyu winning 3 rounds to 0.
You messed it up earlier when you said
The other opponent ain't doing shit.
Rap, you messed it up earlier. You messed the whole vibe up earlier when you said Tim got knocked out in 2 rounds.
Yeah, that was just a joke, bro.
I know it was. I'm just saying though, you shocked me. I'm traumatized. You know what I'm saying? You spoiled you spoiled
that probably can happen.
That was it. It burnt out right there.
Because you know that could probably be happening soon to that guy. That's why. That's how you feel. Come on, Tim Tszyu. 3 rounds to 0. Let's go, Timmy boy.
Hey, I'll say this since I've been drinking a little bit and said fuck it. That fucking coach, Hector Bermudez, he's lost his last 2. If he loses this fight, it's Coach Heck no. Oh heck no. Straight up. Not Hector Bermudez, it's Heck no Bermudez. Hell no. Heck no, we ain't going to that gym. Heck no, we ain't sending our kids over there. Coach Heck no. Oh, Hector Bermudez. If you lose this fight, that's what it is. Straight up.
Yeah, listen to this guy's commentary for a minute of the fight. Yeah. Let's listen to Tim Tszyu's live fight right now. Tim Tszyu.
Bluetooth connected.
Right hook.
Yeah.
Tim coming forward, left jab to the body. Right over the top from Velasquez, but mostly blocked by Tszyu. Yeah, Tim is doing all the punching at the moment. Jab from Velasquez, jab from Tszyu. Oh, good jab from Tszyu. Velasquez actually starting to throw some jabs now with a hook behind it. As Tszyu continues to come forward, goes left, right, downstairs, and then brings it upstairs. Jab from Tim. Double jab right hand from Tim. And jabs downstairs. Jab again, gets through from Tim. Just misses with uppercut Tszyu. And Velasquez comes forward with a head. Oh, nice left uppercut from Tszyu. Solid shot.
Man, he's got a punching bag. They've given
Good body work from Tszyu, but then Velasquez comes back with the body work.
The geezer's a
Oh, left hook twice from Tszyu, and then the right hand, then comes back with the left hook. Just misses with that uppercut, Tszyu, then comes back with the left hand. Velasquez has some swelling around his right eye. Left hook from Tszyu. Right hand. Oh, nice uppercut from Tszyu. Then the left hook from Tszyu. As we close the round. Again, another Tszyu round. Velasquez a bit swollen on the right side of his face, his right eye. That uppercut was beautiful by Tszyu, though. See if they show the replay for that. Early. Yeah, it's round 4 at the moment. So what are we looking at? 33 landed from Velasquez. I think it was 85 from Tszyu. So definitely more punches are actually landing from Zhu as they show the replay. Nice left hook from Zhu. Then the left hook right hand behind it. All right, here we go, round 5. All right, Tim coming forward now. Oh, left hook from Velasquez. And again with the left hook.
Velasquez is a bitch. He ain't doing shit.
Oh, nice left hook from Velasquez.
Oh, ass bitch. Fuck, Velasquez is a bitch. Come on.
Velasquez starting to throw a bit more in this round.
Oh heck no!
They tie up.
Coming up soon.
Round 8 stoppage for
Cutting
Tim.
of the ribbon.
Maybe. Good jab from Tim.
Cutting the ribbon down there.
Doubles it up.
Heck no, incorporated.
Velasquez jabs on the outside. Velasquez just showing at the moment as Tim throws the right hand downstairs. Oh, nice left hook followed by the right hand from Zhu. Oh, Zhu's coming on now with combinations, straight punch combinations. Nice left rip from Zhu as Velasquez holds on. And Tim keeps going for the body. Velasquez again low, low with the shot. The ref calls time. Tim wants to keep going though. Jab to the body from Velasquez. Left hook missing from Velasquez.
It's crazy.
Good left hook from Zhu. Oh, good 1-2 again from Tim. Again with the 1-2, the right hand getting through. Velasquez backing off now. Oh, good left hook from Velasquez though. Left uppercut from Tim. Left to the body from Tim. Oh, nice left rip from Tim. And then the right hand upstairs. And he's coming on now with the combinations upstairs. Left hand. Tries to get the uppercut on the inside. One, two again, Tim. The right uppercut. Left hook from Velasquez as we close the round. I think Tim's won every single round. Velasquez hasn't really done too much. He's had a few decent, strong shots here and there, but hasn't been a real threat. As we look at the punch stats, 105 landed for Tim, 39 landed for Velasquez. Velasquez is thrown 235. Tim Zhu's thrown 319. So a lot more punch output for Zhu and a lot more landing as well. Decision. Yeah, it might be a decision. This is his Tim round 4. All right, here we go. Up to round 6. Velasquez just jabbing. Jab downstairs from Velasquez. Oh, looping right hand from Velasquez. Completely misses though. Jab from Tim. Left hook just missing from Tim. And then the jab gets through. And jab downstairs from Tim. Right hand. Left hook from Velasquez gets through. Oh, right hand gets through from Tim. Behind the jab. That was a solid shot. Then the jab knocks the head back of Velasquez as he backs off. Right hand from Zoo gets through. And then goes to the body with a left rip. Left hook, not quite getting there though from Tim. Right hand gets through. Or right hand downstairs. Left hook from Velasquez gets through. It was a good shot. Jab from Zoo. A good left uppercut from Zoo behind the straight punch combination. Just trying to get, oh, a nice right uppercut on the inside from Zoo. Zoo's looking for that big uppercut on the inside. Oh, nice left rip from Zoo. That was solid. Good left uppercut gets through from Zoo. And the right hand, then the right uppercut. Left hook gets through from Zoo. Left hook, then left rip from Velasquez, but missing with that first left hook upstairs. Oh, good double jab right hand from Zoo. Then left hook right hand from Zoo. Really leaning into that right hand. 10 seconds. Round 6. Oh, good right hand from Zoo. And again, oh, cut under the eye of Velasquez. That's a big cut under the left eye of Velasquez. That is huge. That's a decent cut under the eye of Velasquez, under his left eye. That was right at the end of that round. This could even get stopped. This could possibly get stopped with that. Tyrone King, welcome. One belt champ. Another member. They show the replay. I missed that replay. How was it? It's a big cut. That's going to open up more. I don't think they can do anything about that. Doctor's going to check it out. Yeah, doctor says it's good to go. It's under the eye, so it's not bleeding into the eye. But that's a big cut. No, it's not going to be a doctor's stoppage yet. Thanks for the commentary. No worries. Thank you for watching. Good jab from Tim. Double jab, right hand downstairs from Tim. Well, that's better from Velasquez with the jab. Right hand from Zoo. Oh, let me change the rounds here. We're at round 7. Oh, that cut, the blood coming out of that cut. Right hand from Zoo as he comes forward with the left hook. Jab from Velasquez to the body. 1-2 from Velasquez. Just mainly to the gloves. Zhu jabbing the gloves of Velasquez. Right hand just sneaking through for Zhu. Good jabbing for Zhu. Zhu's starting to stalk now. Oh, good 1-2 from Zhu. Trying to get around that guard Zhu with that right hand. Good 1-2 again from Zhu. Gets through on flush with those two shots that time. Jab downstairs from Velasquez. Well, left hook from Velasquez. Good jab from Zhu. And again, doubles it up. Nice. And again, with the jab. Solid, quick jab from Zhu. Left hook, right hand from Zhu. Not landing flush. Good jab again from Zhu. Good 1-2 from Zhu as Velasquez comes back with the left hook. Velasquez is looking for that left hook. Double jab right hand from Zhu. Oh, 1-2 again from Zhu. 1-2 Zhu. That's his new name. Phoenix 1-2 Zhu. Right hand from Zhu. Jab downstairs from Velasquez and comes forward with a leaping left hook, but completely misses Velasquez. 10 seconds. Velasquez just trying to move around. Right hand gets through from Zhu. As we close the round. This is a bit of a shutout, I think. It's a dominant performance for Zhu so far. So what are we sitting at in the poll? We got past the 2,000 votes mark. Still sitting at 70%. It's increased slightly. 70% for Tim to win, 27% for Anthony Velasquez to win, 3% for it to be drawn out of 2,104 votes. As they try to work on the cut of Velasquez. It's a bad cut. He's just lucky it's under the eye.